All right, we're live. Hello, Silent. Hello, Andrew. Welcome in.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm super nervous because I haven't played this game in a long time. I certainly haven't played it in any sort of randomizer way ever. So I'm going to make an enormous fool out of myself, but hopefully it will at least be entertaining.
And Silent?
I'm also nervous, but not for the same reason.
When was the last time you found a bug in the randomizer?
An hour ago.
If that.
It was a very embarrassing
40 minutes. No.
Yeah, it was not even an hour ago. But, you know, hopefully nothing goes wrong. It shouldn't, though. I mean, fingers crossed.
Okay. I realize that I have put my mouse in a position where every time I cross my monitors, it's going to flicker the screen output, but that's okay. We're going to cut over now.
Which mouse? Just kidding.
Haha, which mouse? Exactly. So, this is going to be a bit of a technical hurdle to jump over, and we're all going to ride this wave together. But what we're watching is the output of our guest's local copy of the randomizer streamed through Discord. So, you know, if it looks a little choppy, I mean, it's kind of going through 2 layers of compression. Like, we're gonna make the best of it that we can. But of course, you also see some new artwork. Jonas of Jonas Does Stuff, I guess, in the chat was gracious enough to design a PNG tuber for our guest, which actually reacts when they talk. And
Jonas, this is incredible. Thank you so much.
Of course, you may or may not remember that it is based on the request during our charity stream that I draw Andrew as a Sona of some kind, and so I'll take credit for the character design, but not the art. But of course, yes, he is unfortunately or fortunately called Micey from now and forevermore. So
this is acceptable to me.
Okay, Silent, do you want to walk us through, I guess, just like a quick overview of the rando, like not from a technical sense, just like what does it do, you know, like as a practical experience, and then talk about maybe what's changed in the most recent update.
You want me to spoil it? I'm just kidding.
I mean, you don't have to say everything, but we do need to make sure the options are set right.
Yeah. So a lot has changed in this version specifically. If you want to go into the options, we can start there. Yeah, so I kind of had to hijack that menu down there, the one that says Randomizer settings. So you can go to that one. Ignore the one that says fur, that should not be there. It's fine though. So in this version of the randomizer, there is a game mode called the Hexagon Quest, which if you're familiar with like maybe Ocarina of Time or A Link to the Past randomizer, there's a mode in there where it's basically find 20 Triforce pieces or like 30 Triforce pieces and you win. It's kind of the same thing. In that mode, there are 30 gold hexagons that spawn in, and you just need 20 of them, and you just basically win. Kind of like a shorter, fast-paced, like arcade-style thing, I guess. I don't know. We have some more logic options, so you can choose to put the 3 critical key items behind their respective bosses. There is sword progression, which I'm really excited about. Probably like my favorite thing. I won't say why yet, but and then you can also start with sword optionally. So if you want to start with sword just to make it a little easier, you are free to do so. That won't have any impact on like the file that you have, or it might. I don't know if it'll apply because you already have a pre-made save file. So,
we're not going to turn it on either way.
Okay.
No sword for you.
I'm sorry. If you go back to the top over to the hints tab, this is like the other major thing. is that all of the freestanding items, like the pages, the items on the ground, the shop items, they will have their models swapped to be whatever item they are randomized as.
Which is
Similarly,
wild to me. That is incredible. If you
Hopefully it
told me
works.
with full source code and the project make that happen, I'd go, this seems like a lot of work. And
It,
here you are.
yeah. I mean, I had to make some compromises, I guess, jump through some hoops to get there, but we got there, I guess, hopefully. The other thing is that chests will have the correct texture based on what item they have, and there are some custom ones based on certain special items, but it's mostly just like the fairies and the weird texture on like the treasure chests, the gold trophies.
Hmm.
And then we go to the third tab for gameplay. You can turn speedrun mode on if you want. It might help just to have like a timer or something.
So we can judge you. I don't know.
So by popular request, there's an option to make the air slightly easier, because I think when it came out, some people were like, mostly Rad.
Yeah, mostly me.
Were like, this is hard, and I was like, okay, that's fine. So that's up to you.
Yes, sign me up.
But it was fair because it's based on a percentage of your
It's-
total checks. So like if you've
Yeah.
collected most items, it's a lot easier than if you've collected like 10. So
There are 302 checks in this randomizer. The way that it calculates how much extra damage you do is just 15 divided by that. So I think the max you can get is like 20 per hit, which is like might be a lot, but
yeah.
cheaper shop items will make the 4 randomized shop items cost 300 instead of 1,000. So if you don't want to grind for all that money, it's up to you. Bonus upgrades is a new feature from today, where the gold trophies will give you a +1 to a certain stat upgrade, since before they didn't really have much purpose. Also, the 6 hero relics will give you a free +1 as well for their respective stat.
Yeah.
So kind of just like a balance thing. People used to use like the upgrade stealing glitch. This is kind of like a way to give people more upgrades so they don't have to do that if they don't know how to do that.
And it's all balanced, right? So that if you get every check in the game, your balance sheet
like
ends
+8
at all
on
8s.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
And then we don't need to talk about the next one. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
leave that on
Okay.
normal if you would like.
Yes, please.
We'll probably figure, yeah. I think that's it for like the important options. I
Yeah.
mean, if you go to the right, you'll see there's like some just for fun stuff that people are obsessed with, like the fox colors in this game. So you can change them on the menu, or you can save like a color palette to use on like a new game if you want. Or
Oh,
you can
that's
just, like,
wild.
load it. So the menu's kind of like jank. I don't know why it rolls like that. But,
Yeah. It's been a long-standing struggle to make the fox
That's-
color menu.
I will. I'll take full responsibility for any jank with the menu system.
I don't think it's your fault. I think I just don't know what I was doing. And then I think on the last page there's
I like this. You're speaking my language now.
I'm afraid I
mean, if you turn it on, you'll know instantly what it is. You can turn it right back off if you would like to. It's
like not
just-
now, not like in the middle of a game. You would know exactly what it is.
Okay.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
big head mode?
No.
No.
Okay.
And then the item tracker file is not really useful. That's just like it just dumps what items you've collected. So if you wanted to make like an OPS thing or something, you can read from that file. I don't think anybody's actually made use of that other than the key, but
One day.
there. So.
Lokai asked, "Does that turn on Eldritch Horror Terry?" And no, the answer is no.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're ready.
Yeah.
We tried. Okay, we tried to find a good seed. It was not easy, and then whenever the bug was
I haven't
fixed,
really looked at these, so
we
I don't
had
really know
like, yeah, we had very little time to pick one. So if it's bad, you can blame me. But good luck. And I guess you let me know if we talk too much or too little while we're playing, right? Like, I don't want to leave you in dead silence, but I also don't want to assault you with like a bunch of, chit chat that makes it very difficult to play. So you let us know, maybe on a break or something if it's awkward.
we're all friends here.
Okay.
And I I have trouble. I can barely walk and talk at the same time. So answering questions and playing a game and unraveling all of the randomization all at once might be a little bit too much, but that's okay. It's going to be a wonderful catastrophe and we're all in it together, right?
Perfect.
Right.
I'm sorry in advance. All right, go ahead.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. What?
Oh, right, because I checked it. It's fine. Just walk outside.
Okay.
And then there you go. Yeah, what do you mean? It was just planned. It's a random start.
Oh my god, that's not how it works. I mean, that could be a thing. I mean, you could check this in the shop. I mean, that's up to you. I don't know.
You know what? I actually think he might be soft locked.
What did you do, Red?
Because you asked me to check the sword.
Oh, hey, look at the little guy over there. Okay.
God.
All right, no, this is fine. There's no other way this can happen other than exactly this way.
Wait, Dicey, can I tell you something? Can you press 5 on your keyboard?
Okay, I just did it. I mean, maybe does it need focus? It might need focus for keyboard.
Oh, you pressed 5 on like the numpad or
the Alpha 5.
Okay. Never mind.
Should I? Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
look at that. And that updates and everything. Amazing. A second, just that's pretty good.
The music is very loud. Okay, I will.
Okay,
Perfect.
I can.
No, I've got a separate control for the game. We're good. We're good.
I'm gonna turn it down a little bit here as well, just so for my own benefit.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Okay, so I could firebomb it. I think I remember that code, but maybe I'll just see what I can get away with down here. I assume this is still locked. Good. You're there, and you're gonna get mad at me. I forget if I. Oh, look at that! You got the 3D mod. This is amazing, Simon. Holy shit. Okay, this is too scary. I'm gonna do the thing up here. So I'm gonna see if I can remember how to do this. You've got a cheat sheet here, but I don't actually remember. Does it start going to the right for firebomb?
I think firebomb's left.
Starts going to the left. Okay, let's see if I can, because it's in my head. It draws a little picture of fire. Yay!
Nice.
We have found as like runners. Oh yeah, this is sick. This is honestly like, to me as like a, I don't know, whatever I am. This is like
doing this.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make it say like randomizer in like TUNIC instead of in English, but I didn't have that.
Okay, good, perfect.
That's all you need.
That's all I needed. Now I'm good. I just, I guess I don't need to talk to the door, right?
I mean, no. I would say no. Let's just like cut. Yeah, let's save you some time.
Okay, so my instinct is just like, oh, I'll go down and get the sword, but we all know that's not going to happen. I'm gonna get like $10 or something like that, or it's going to be one of these trap chests that I'm assuming exist. Fairy. Oh, I got a fairy. Okay, great. And I can't even get the money out of this.
Like transfer the fairy animation to like other chests. I'm sure it's probably doable, but it was beyond my comprehension.
Do you have any mail?
Do I have any mail? Bottom of the well, light the way. What? Is this a hint? Is this like I'm getting a little nugget of knowledge?
Perhaps.
Bottom of the well.
Most things that you can like read will have like a hint on them, maybe.
And there's a little chest down there. Look at that. Holy smokes. Incredible. Okay, I know that there's a manual page here. So maybe I can use this to get, maybe it's a sword. No, it is oh, it's money? Looks like that's money. Oh no! What? Oh no, I've been condemned to... Am I moving slower or is that just an illusion?
I think it's an illusion.
It might be because of
the giant head.
Yeah.
Incredible. Okay, back to normal. Good stuff. Now there is a chest here somewhere, and I've got this cheat sheet that Rad has graciously provided for me.
I also apologize because I don't really put labels on a lot of them. I know like, oh yeah, that one's obviously this, and so if you have to ask, no worries. Oh, that's a lot of money. Okay.
It's a lot of money. Maybe I can go buy something from the shop because we didn't actually go in there. Maybe that's how this is supposed to start. Because I need a sword. This is great. I feel like I'm playing the game for the first time. What a tremendous gift you have provided. Because I feel like I'm bumbling around in a world that I don't understand, trying to find a way to survive, which is exactly what I've always wanted from video games. Well, there's a few chests that way, but let me see if I can.
Yeah, let's see what's in the shop. It is funny
Yeah,
that you
but-
started in the shop, but like still the shop was not spoiled. So that's I'll thank myself for that.
Oh goodness me! Look at all of this and
Oh.
a sword. Okay, how expensive though? What are you gonna do me like this, shopkeeper? Yeah, you are, aren't you? Okay, good to know. Do I get to know? Oh, that's probably a page. How do pages work? If like, do I need to collect them all or something like that?
That's up to you.
Yeah,
You could
Okay.
get either ending.
you can.
Typically, nobody gets the other ending because getting all that's like 1/10 of the pages are like 10% of all the checks. So it's like you have to get everything.
Yeah. If you
Okay,
just
well-
are going for all checks, then that's like an easy out, I guess, right? But
Mhm.
I wouldn't spend my money on it unless I needed, unless I forgot what was on the manual.
Is the fox randomizing each time?
It might
Is
be.
that's great. I love that. Yeah, look at that. I'm this dashing fellow. Okay, I'm going to. I know there's lots of goodies in the ruined shop, so I'm going to see if I can get away with just.
Oh, that's
okay,
also
do.
what is that called? I always forget. Anklet? No.
Card?
Is
Anklet,
it?
yeah.
It is anklet. Okay.
The thing that makes you move faster.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's called anklet because there's an item called that in Star Tropics. Maybe lets you jump really far. I remember as a kid being like, "What a weird, cool thing." Okay, more bombs.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I can
Some
use that
options
maybe.
there.
A tooth, all right, to attack people in a way that I can't yet.
Well, you know the sword's in the shop, so you've got at least.
Yeah, I can farm some money, but I also know there are a bunch of chests over here as well. So if I can book it past these chumps, could go here, and I don't want that. I can just go down here. Are you gonna get distracted? You're gonna probably chase me over here, aren't you? So much money.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay, that's pretty lucky.
Okay, let's see if I can get away with this. More money? All right.
It sounded like so much more than 25.
Yeah, I mean, how much do I have now? Is it? Yeah, I've got enough. Okay, good. This is going great.
Yeah,
It's all coming together.
I'm afraid. Well, yeah.
What are you afraid of?
Well, let's go get that sword. Yeah, that's exactly what JD said. Yeah.
Yeah. Words be useful.
I'm nervous now. Is the shop randomized each time? No? Okay.
No, that would be a nightmare.
What? Sword progression, huh?
Right. Yes.
Sword progression.
So your first sword check is always the stick.
That's great. I love that. So this is very like Legend of Zelda sort of style. Okay, is there anything else here that I want? How much money? Got 100. Guess I could get the. No, you know what? I'm gonna save it because who knows?
You also have that tooth.
Somebody. Oh yeah, that's right. I should use that, shouldn't I? I'm not speedrunning this at all. I'm zigzagging all over the place. I am rediscovering this game and I'm having a great time. But I absolutely am not going to get anything approaching a good time. Oh yeah, I've got $100. Right, because I made this cost money. I'm a monster.
Yeah, a funny side effect of the treasures and the relics giving you like a +1 is that if you're holding on to upgrade items and you get a few +1s, they just suddenly cost more. So there's almost like a risk reward of like if you hold on to them, you know, it might just cost you more to upgrade.
Right, yeah. Huh. Oh, wow, look at that. I found a picture of this cool person. I'm going to instantly assume that it's my mom, because that's what everybody seems to have done.
Do you appreciate that? Is that what you were going for, or were you hoping it was a lot less, specific?
I was hoping for a little bit of ambiguity there. It seems like people have just it was surprising how much of an assumption there was that there's nothing in here for me, right? I know there's some fairy stuff with probably the most annoying code in the game. Oh no, there is something. Look at that.
Silent, go ahead and explain this.
It's locked. You need the fairy still.
Oh, okay. That's how this is implemented. That's smart.
Yeah, the fairy. I mean, fairy flags were a little weird to work around, so I just was like, I'm just gonna spawn them in and put my own block on it.
Okay.
So-
Well, they're weird in normal circumstances as well. In the actual code base of the game, it's a little bit of a hack because like all the chests are the same, but they're overridden in certain ways. Sometimes they're replaced. Look at me. I'm rolling in it.
Okay, I'm glad you're getting some money. That's that can be difficult at the beginning, especially if you don't have like good attack power. But
all right. Well, we're gonna do some actual attacking. I feel like doing this with a sword is a bad idea, or with a stick.
yeah, you really never like account for attack upgrades with the stick, right? Like I found when we were testing this, I'm like, that's weird. There's situations you can get into where you have like +5 attack, but like just a stick, and so it still does quite a bit.
I'm sorry, sign.
Oh,
There
no.
could have been a hint. No, I don't know.
There
Actually,
could have been yeah. Okay, so that was a fairy. Okay, good. I have tried doing this many times with just the stick, and it is specifically designed to be a real pain. So I'm not going to go that way. It's supposed to be a real pain without the shield even. So I'm woefully underprepared. Oh, nice. Okay, that's good.
That's a nice find. Oh, what's up there?
What is that? That look like some HP upgrades? Yeah, okay.
Could be that or the relic, right? Don't they present the same way?
Yeah, they look the same.
Okay.
Didn't know how to
Oh,
differentiate them, but I assumed that you would probably want to pick them up anyways.
Sure,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, because I guess from what you're saying before, a relic is sort of just a free upgrade.
Yeah.
Like it's an instant +1. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I don't think there's anything that I can get easily in the Dark Tomb. So, and there's nothing. Oh, there is something in here. I keep thinking like, oh no, it's just a manual page, but a manual page could be anything.
Yeah, it's actually shocking how different the game, even the rando plays, when you can see items, right? Because like you can look down through that gate and see what has replaced the shield, where before we would just have to check, right?
You might be able to see what's on the other side of the gate.
Yeah,
as
you
well.
can for sure.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
They were just keeping it right there that
It's
whole
just
time.
there.
You know that means that we're going to have to like the last thing we ever find will be the old house key.
I generally didn't know that was there. So like that wasn't me saying, "Oh, go look there," because that's what that's where that is. I have not looked at the spoiler log.
We're all going in fresh.
A rat knows, I think.
I mean,
you do, okay.
I looked to make sure it was not like in the gauntlet or
okay,
you know like yeah. There is some logic. Do you want to explain that real quick, Silent?
The logic. of
Yeah,
the randomizer?
there's not like a ton of it, but like it
It's-
does try to
it's
do
pretty-
something.
It's pretty basic. I mean, I left it as like open as possible because I feel like that's how the game is supposed to be. So it's not super complicated. I mean, realistically, there's only like 2 items that like block you from going places, which is the florals and the grapple. So it basically just revolves around making sure that those don't go places that they shouldn't be. There's like a couple other exceptions, but
I feel like this is another one of those things where I spent a lot of time making sure that this is a real problem if you don't have the shield. So I'm not going to do that either.
Yeah, I have no idea where the shield is. Like I didn't even check on that, so.
Okay, back down here. I'm out. No. Go to sweeping. Thank you. I think. Okay, where are the most treasures to find? I think there's one down below. Be able to see what it is. Hello, little bird. Right, and then there's the one that you can take by going that way. Is there anything just like out in the open that I can get though? This is making me think about the game in a whole new way, which is, like I said, a real treat. And you're going to be a problem.
Yeah, there are definitely chests we've learned to be like, well, it's doable, but it depends on what you have with you.
Yeah.
Wow, this is almost the start of any percent.
There. Oh no! Right, the key's not here anymore. That was there for so long, but that key up there used to be here, and now it's not.
Why was it moved?
I forget. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Everything's
Grab battle.
fine. Nobody panic. Stop panicking.
At least the stick has like
No recoil. Yeah, you can just spam it. Wasn't it. I feel like it was when we were testing that I had like max attack and the stick and was just going ham on the air, and it like it was fine. Like it had no problems.
I think so.
Oh, that's $20.
Okay. Oh,
Hooray.
that's a really nice touch, Silent. Do you want to touch on like what that's kind of an update, right?
Yeah, it used to be like a text box that would just be like, "You got $20," and then I discovered money go up thingy. I don't know if that rings a bell.
Oh yeah.
And, I was like, "Wow, that looks much nicer." I
there's
laughed at
something-
the name money
Go up thing.
Before the rando, did not know that chest was there. Just wanted
really?
to point
Wow.
that out. Yep.
There
Everything's
were a couple
fine.
chests that like I didn't know until I like made the rando and I sent it to people to test, and they were like, "I opened this chest and like nothing happened." I was like, "What chest? There's no chest there."
Okay, so yeah, we're starting from the top, I guess. We'll just skip
Why
to
not?
the front.
There was for the longest time I had it in my head. This is going to go poorly. It was going to be like the world's latest title card. Like that was going to be the title card for the game. Is you getting the answer, and it sort of is, right? But it didn't end up landing like that exactly. Like you go to the top of the mountain, and there it is, the title of the game. Or it was going to be Secret Legend. Not actually say TUNIC at all. I can't remember if there are any chests here. I know. Well, actually, I have some explosives. I think I can go this way, right?
This was deviously hidden, right? This is like the only card that isn't referenced anywhere in the manual. Well, I mean, in the vanilla game.
Yeah, this was. Oh, right. You don't flinch because you're probably. I meant to have an upgrade or two.
Oh,
this is gonna go bad.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Ooh!
It's fine.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay, I mean-
made it out ahead. Okay, and if I go this way, it's gonna be real bad, right? Yeah. This
Stop.
might have been a
Avoid
mistake.
the fairies. Oh,
This is the classic rando experience.
Yeah, just like
Yep.
booking it to get to. There's a way to. Oh no, I'm in the water. Everything's bad. Everything's bad. I regret everything.
Oh man. Ow. Okay.
Oh, no.
No problems. No problems. I'm 100% gonna die.
You know, on one of the previous seeds we looked at, the lantern was in that chest that's behind the southwest views, and I was like, "There's no way he's gonna remember that chest is there." And then you ran right for it, like.
I did.
So, like, I'm glad it's not there in this one because you ran right by it this time.
I think I need laurels to get the thing that's here in the spirit realm, so that's not worth it. Okay, I might need to get some help from the audience. Where should I be going? What is the juiciest spot that's just like a million chests that I keep forgetting about? The forest is a big one, but I can't knock down bushes. I guess I could use some explosives. There's this room, but that requires I have shield.
So there's a couple secret chests right on that little plot, like right behind you.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back there in a second. I just recall the obnoxious haiku code. Fairy secret gathering place. Okay. A map, useful. There I am. Good.
Is the way you're playing this right now, like every time I pick up something, I just need to make sure it works appropriately.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, it's been a while since I played the game, so I don't remember how the maze goes.
Silent, isn't there like a soft lock potential here? I mean, you can always just save and quit, but like it's like if you warp in.
If you open
Yeah.
if you spawn well, it's not really like a soft lock. If you spawn the chest in, unless that was fixed, I think if you spawn the chest in and then open it, you like can't get around it unless you have laurels.
Yeah.
So like the only soft
Okay.
lock would be if laurels were like on the chest on the pillar in the middle, which would be very unfortunate.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Yeah.
So it's just a soft lock for the rando, right? Or is it?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah, it's not a soft lock. It just locks you out from being able to get the chest in the middle
Okay.
Yeah.
because you can't roll
Yeah.
past the fairy chest.
So it would be like a very, very rare thing to happen.
Nice.
Making progress. Okay, good. All right. Are you having a good time? Is everyone doing okay? I have not been paying attention to chat at all.
That's okay. I'm so bad at this because I'm just like transfixed to the point that I'm not either. I'm like a very bad moderator at this point, but I'm watching. I'm like, if anybody highlights a message or something, if one of my mods pull me aside, I'm keeping an eye on that. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
This is a +1 potion. That's awesome. Now I have 2 potions. This is a reference to Eric Billingsley's game, Spring Falls, which is a cool game that if you like chilling out and playing puzzles, you should play. All right, I already got this one, but there's another one here that I do not. Okay, let's see if I can remember off the top of my head. It's well, I've got the page, don't I? Okay, so we just wait around for a while.
Yeah. Now I did not know this, or maybe I've heard of it, but like it didn't register in my brain until just a couple nights ago when I was prepping for that Metroid 2 stream. This is a like almost entirely direct reference to Star Tropics, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Plenty.
Like, in fact, I think I can show it. 2 seconds. Let's see if this works. Where?
Okay, so what is it? It's the softest feather, corrected. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that it? Like down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Did that work? Yeah. Okay.
No?
Chat, everyone. This is a page of the manual of Star Tropics. And you see the text at the bottom. Well, you can't read it. I can't move it, but you'll have to trust me. It says, "Do not taste, eat, or otherwise consume this paper." And in the original Star Tropics manual, if you actually dipped it in water, it would show you a code to proceed.
I remember probably the same. I did it, by the way. I made the same mistake that most people did. That was like it's down once and then right a bunch and then left once, right? No, it's left as many times as you just did +1. We got some more bombs. I think it was the same friend or next door neighbor that had Metroid 2 that I think like called me once and was like, "Do you still have the manual to Star Tropics?" I'm like, "Wait, what? Yes, what are you talking about? You need to take it to the bathroom right now and put some water on it," because they did not have a copy. All right, there's some prizes down here, right? Yeah, there's one.
Nice.
Good. I think I actually have. Yeah, I've got the feather. I should do that as well. For a channel that does a lot of speed running, I'm sure that this is sorry, infuriating for some people to watch me. Just sort of like
Absolutely not.
walking around and just hello.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, hello.
It's very threatening. Just walk in. There's like
It's like rotating turret.
Love this.
Amazing.
that's so good. Well, hey, you have that now.
Yeah, I love that. One of the few custom messages. All right. Let's you
Oh, because
swear in
it
your
says the
stream?
gun, right?
I think, does the gun count as explosive?
It does. It does.
Yay!
Which I didn't learn about until quite a while afterwards, but
Okay, I have a question about the Cyan Peril Ring. In what context is it useful? Because if you're already pretty low HP, does it just like give you another hit?
I wish I had done like a lot of diligent work on the math for that to make sure that it was actually useful. But what I ended up doing is just like really, really rounding up, I think, where it's like if you're a third health or something, then yeah, it gives you some ridiculous amount of damage reduction or something like that. So maybe it works out to a hit, but it probably depends on a lot of other things too.
Follow-up question. In what scenario is the hourglass useful?
I just thought it was really neat.
Okay.
Ow!
Oh,
No! Now I'm on fire too? I deserve this, really. For all the stuff that I've put into the game. I feel like I'm finally getting just desserts. I want that key.
oh, that's interesting. Jabber says it helped them with the rotating puzzle.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I thought it was neat. It seemed like maybe it would be a cool thing that would help people in certain circumstances, or like parry timings might be easier. But yeah, in the end, I kind of feel like it ended up falling by the wayside. And you know what? I love that, because that makes me think of the cape in Link to the Past, which is this weird item that I say this a lot. I don't actually know if it's true. Like, I'm pretty sure that it's entirely unnecessary, right? Like you don't need the cape to beat Link to the Past, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's an optional item.
it's the one that just makes you like invisible. Because I don't.
I think it does something like there's a pile of stuff in here. Right.
I liked it on the air. Like, I mean, I didn't really help, but it felt like it was less stressful to be able to kind of toggle it on and off. Okay, a lot of money, and...
Old house key!
Okay, let's go.
What do the kids say? They say, let's go. That's what they say. All right, let's go down here. Mop these up.
Looks like fire bombs on the pillar.
Looks like it, yeah.
Okay.
I like the...
Like
we can't really...
depth of field is messing with it, but I think that's what it is. Yeah.
It's intense, yeah. I like the... you can't see it here because of the depth of field, but I like the flame.
Dude, I was just saying
I
that. Silent, back me up. We were literally just talking about this, like, while we were testing. I forget where it was.
That was like not a thing normally, because I like grabbed the model for it, and then it was just like on. Okay, so fun. If you want to know like how this is working, it's grabbing all of the so it's very much like hacked together, right? But when the game loads,
I would go up that ladder, by the way.
That it uses
Sorry.
before it goes to the title. What's up?
I forgot. We just closed this chest.
What's in it?
Oh,
Money!
I just realized you probably made a mental note, like, oh, that's not a chest, and I'm like, well, okay,
Yeah,
we should probably say something.
Red was like, we should put something in this chest, and I was like, that's perfect, because there was something that I needed to add that I needed an extra spot for, and I was like, can I reuse this chest? And it had a unique chest ID. I was like, that's very unnecessary because this is just a decoration, but I'm glad that's how it was left. So
And then we found like 10 more.
yeah.
And we were like, okay, we're not adding 10 more. Anywhere else there's a bunch of closed or open chests that we could have closed, it would have made the room like way too powerful in the rando, right? Like you could close all the chests in the ruined shop, but then there'd be like 9 checks in there or something. So
Yeah. I guess I could... Oh, there's some stuff up here, isn't there? Yeah. Yeah, that chest was... Oh, this is a golden one, isn't it? Yeah.
420.
I wasn't gonna say it.
How could... Oh, come on. We're on Twitch. We have to be immature.
I know.
Does anyone remember this one? Off?
It's on the sheet. It's
Okay,
the one
Yeah,
with
you just
pipes
read
between
You
it.
just read the thing and tells you.
Yeah. Wow, Silent. Okay.
I'm just kidding, dude. I can't even read it. So
Dude, I think maybe 10 minutes into the game, I noticed that the first or the second and fourth lines are identical, and I thought that was going to be somehow like, you know, part of the puzzle. Like you had to notice that they were the same, but okay. All right. I
Coin,
think that's the
okay,
first
okay.
coin.
wait.
Oh, all of the coin like checks are also randoed. So 3, 6, what? 3, 6, 10, 15, right? Yeah.
Oh, right. You get. Oh, come on. Well, is the head bigger than normal?
It is
Yeah.
way bigger than normal. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
And you can still type in the big head mode, right? Like,
God, there's 3 different kinds. So
Yeah. Okay, there's a
and
chest
that's
up
the
there.
rarer one. I'm surprised.
he's
it's
just
not-
resting on the top of the bush.
What happens if I do big head mode now?
It will get smaller.
I hope he finds all
Okay.
of them. Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I
is a,
think
this is
it's-
a
I
much
think
more
it's-
reasonably sized head.
Except now when you go through a
ruining
transition, I think it's
the
going to be
fool
big.
effect. No. I think it sets it to like 3 times the normal size or something. It just for comedic effect. I think that the text on it says like there was a bee in that chest. You got stung by one.
That's wonderful. Okay, let's. Oh wait, do we get hints here? Let's overworld path of strength. You have no idea how delightful this is because I'm just letting this all wash over me, and it is exactly the experience that I would want of like, okay, sure, which is exactly what people say when they see the text in the game for the first time. They're like, okay, whatever. And I feel like I'm having that experience for the first time. Yeah, I had no idea that this would be. Ah, look at that!
Okay. All right. I do have to give credit to
Shit,
Game Ace.
everyone.
They say best music. Oh, I just stomped right over you saying eat shit, so I got to repeat that too.
What did I say? It is very good music. I agree. All right, there we go. Prize obtained. I guess for completeness' sake.
I got a question in chat. Do you have the tracker? I think the answer is no, mostly because I kind of forgot about it in the hustle and bustle of things. So it's we do as a community have like I haven't actually played a ton of randos, so I'm not super familiar with it. Silent might be able to talk to it like with more experience, but I guess there's like systems out there that kind of encompass more randos than just Tunic, right? Zelda and lots of other games, Hollow Knight, etc. And there's like frameworks for basically creating systems that are, you know, they keep track of like what you've had or what you have and how that gates you from what items are available.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, someone in the community made like I think the program's called Emo Tracker, and you can make like map trackers with it. So somebody made like a map of the Tunic world and has all the checks on there. So
There was a popular map out for a while that was wrong, and so we would get a lot of questions like, I'm missing like 3 checks, and it's like the map is wrong. And yes,
well, yeah,
it
the
is
map
worth
was
pointing
right, it
out.
was just missing.
Well, yes, it
those.
wasn't wrong, I
Yeah.
guess. It was just incomplete.
Right.
And it is worth pointing out Scout or I guess JD, did you go by Scout or JD? JD Scout? Both of the devs that have like extended this rando into that software package are in chat as well. So thank you for doing that and welcome in. Oh, what is?
That's a shard,
Looks like-
looks like.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, those ones are a little weird to see because they're just like a red blob.
Yeah.
I mean, for someone that seemed worried about remembering how to play, you do remember most of the secret chests so far.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I see them a lot. There's nothing up here though, is there? No, I'm just doing I'm doing a play test where a person would probably go up here and be like, okay, I guess I can't do that, and go back down. I'm curious to know actually, did anyone ever stumble across the left to right flip Boolean? The full screen shader that like renders, like blitz all the layers to the screen has.
Should I tell them?
Yeah, do you want to open the menu and check out that question mark option that we showed you earlier?
Oh,
That's
uh,
very
is it-
funny that you bring that up.
yes. Truly, I am playing a game I've never played before now. Okay, so we've got
The
a
only
slot.
thing that like stays flipped in the UI is the item pickup, right? That is kind of backwards, but everything else is like drawn correctly.
Those are technically, I don't think, on like the UI layer, which is probably why.
Is there an explodable wall up here? I can't remember because there used to be like a door that you would go in. Oh yeah, there it is. There used to be a door that you would go in here that was like a place where you would sleep and you would have your first like dream sequence. This game used to have dream sequences in it. Oh, come on. Why are you gonna do me like this?
It's never fails.
Oh, I was iced. That's what happened. I feel like I've ruined because head mode is officially on. I'm gonna turn it off.
Do you have it memorized?
Yeah, it's a little fox head. Oops.
Is it really?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, well, spoilers for the interview, but I guess we did talk about the shape of the speedrunner code, and I guess not intended to have one
The wrong way.
or something like that, right? Like, it wasn't based on a shape; it was based on a riddle, and then the shape is kind of flowed from that.
I think I probably drew it out to make sure that it could be expressed properly. Like you never have an up-down, like that would violate the rules of how those work. So I think I needed to check to make sure that it could theoretically have a mnemonic, like a visual code.
Right.
That's not supposed to be here at all. What is going on?
It's the
That's
Death
a
Stone.
picture. Silent.
I had to work with what I had.
Yeah, there's no model for it anymore. So,
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, that exists in the project, but I guess because it isn't referenced by anything, it doesn't. So what does it do? What?
You could, I don't know.
I wouldn't have. When's the last time you saved?
Do you still have a cave down there?
I would save first. Let's save you
I
some.
mean, that ruins the surprise of it. Though.
Okay, well, sure, you can do whatever you want.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
you know what?
it's-
YOLO.
no, I'm not telling you what. Okay.
Oh my.
What? No, you did save recently. Okay, you're fine.
Oh, it's the bone.
Yes.
I just had a panic attack because the Tunic Fox turned it into that which happens when I haven't set a spawn point correctly, and it tries to spawn a character incorrectly. Blah blah blah. Null reference exception, and every particle system starts playing all at once.
Oh yeah. See, I added it in because otherwise he just like T poses, and I was like, how can I make this more interesting?
Wonderful.
So I did not know that, so I apologize. Apologize for that. I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of shape puzzles, right? Like the bombs are all kind of shaped. Like the 3 free bombs, the heal code is shaped like a flask. So
Yep.
there's definitely more than just a few.
I see you. I see you, even though you have your targetable flag turned off because it's an ambush.
If you play in this mode for too long, it messes with you. Like, I swear, we were playing around with it for like an hour, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is fun. Maybe we can have a meme category that's like you have to play backwards or something. But I went back to keep practicing my speedrun, and I was like, oh no. This feels wrong too now.
That I like discovered this and I turned it on. I went to like ruin the toll and it just made me like nauseous. I was like, I can't do this. It just was like I think ruined a toll especially is just like very probably because it's like a square. There's so much like detail there. It's just like this is wrong. I can't like.
Yeah, that one is.
It is kind of
super
fascinating
dense.
though because it's like.
Yeah, it's that was there as a debugging tool, sort of a level debugging tool. Hold on, let me see. Is this one? Do you have this in your cheat sheet?
I do.
Brad,
It's the red line, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's. I appreciate this so much because I would absolutely.
It's all the ones you can't like intuit. Like a lot of people's cheat sheets have ones that are just kind of on the screen, and it's like, okay, well, you can figure most of those out. But
this item, which I like to call shotgun ammo.
okay, speaking of, there used to be a shotgun in the game, and I think there used to be ammo items. I don't know how far along that got, but it's definitely still in the sprite sheet.
Yeah, it was. So it used to be that there was a normal everyday like bow or like crossbow, and you took ammo. And if you had, so the way it worked was the sort of like Legend of Zelda, you could get the bow, and the bow wasn't an equipable item. It just allowed you to shoot arrows properly. And if you didn't have that and you decided to use an arrow, you would just like biff it, like just throw it in front of you, like a little physics object that would bounce around it. It was completely useless, but funny. And I don't know, at a certain point, it was like, we need this magic economy to make sense, and maybe these items are based on elder tech that are drawing from some pool of soul power, blah blah blah. Treasures for me. And so the shotgun worked the same way. Like you could use different types of stuff, and I don't know, I feel like looking back at that stuff, I had no idea what it was doing. So much of it was just, I know this will be cool, not knowing that it was just, I don't know, not designed. Like it was just sort of naively done, if that makes sense.
Like it kind of came from like what you draw up as a kid or something. Like, oh, this would be so cool if we had the shotgun, and then you played it and you're like, oh, I have to actually design around this now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look, I died. That was a poorly executed dodge roll. Or
First death though, like, and the death screen worked, which it didn't for a while for some reason, and we don't know why. So, I'll take it. Oh, you can also hold down what? Backslash? Whee!
Yeah.
It just speeds up the game. It doesn't speed up this clock, which is even worse. Like that's a little scary. I don't want to think about people using that to cheat. But yeah, that's why it's only built into the rando.
Do I have? I do. Okay. I also don't know how useful these effects are. I guess I could.
I have seen them used in a lot of casual players' playthroughs to kind of give them an advantage in Magic. So like they'll go into a boss fight, use up all their magic, and then pop it, and then get all the magic back. So I've seen it used pretty. I don't know if I'd say regularly, but if people notice that they can.
Dang, I'm trying to get too fancy. That's good. That's sort of perfect. That was the moment where I thought like, oh yeah, dang, this is going to be a cool sort of like, you got a tactical decision. Like here, I'm gonna just go to town.
Okay, damage doesn't stack for that, right? Like,
I don't. I mean,
Okay.
there's a. I would have to check, but I know that the player character has like a cooldown on taking damage, but I don't know if enemies do. They must because. Otherwise, your sword would hit them like every frame. Tired all the time. I was assuming that this would some of these would become memeable, like tired all the time, and what's the other one? Everything hurts more when I'm tired.
Oh, that one is
like that was
classic. Yeah.
It's a bit of a theme during development. Some stuff up here. Did I get you two? I did. Early shotgun. Highly recommended. I guess I should go into sword zone as well, shouldn't I?
I don't even know where you are. The camera's.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a secret, I think, but like, I don't know.
I can switch it back. Just so we don't ruin everybody's neurons.
See, it's like,
That's
now what?
weird, yeah.
I think your brain just like acclimates to the light source or something, and so when that changes, it's like, oh wow, yeah. And then you screen transition. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Everything's fine now.
My brain's just like lure, and it's like, oh, okay, I've been running all relics too often, but.
See, those like roll stabs are fancy. Like I would never do those.
Oh, the roll stab. Whoa, excuse me? How?
What's,
You're moving so fast.
do I have? I don't have thingy equipped. No.
Am I crazy? Like, I don't know. It just looked like you were moving fast.
Without like moving before, so it just looks faster.
Okay, maybe. I was like, please don't tell me we're gonna accidentally uncover like speed tech that like ruins the entire.
What, you didn't know?
You could run twice as fast if you held X and A.
You just hold down A really hard.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, and they give you the +1 as well, so
Yeah.
you just got a couple free.
Nice. I'm unstoppable now. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
That just absolutely took anything that was in my head out.
I was gonna mention. Oh right, here we go. Is this the? Hold on. Is this? How many of these do I have right now? 2. Okay, I'm gonna reveal something that has been a secret for a long time, and I've never pointed it out. But right in the middle of this animation, there's like a little tiny dot. Has anybody ever noticed that? I'm gonna.
In the
might come
flame?
through on the stream.
Every time.
Every time. Okay, this combination animation, right in the middle. It's that little weird little dot. And every time I see it on stream, I'm like, I should fix that one day.
But it is a bug. I always wondered.
Yeah, I think it's like a tiny, like a camera is picking up something that it shouldn't be, and the scale's all wrong, so it's just a tiny little smudge. Did I get everything here? Did I go in here?
I can think of one thing you missed.
Oh yes, the troll, the $1 chest. Is that what you think?
I have it memorized. Yeah.
Okay, which one is that?
It repeats, so it's like, yeah.
One of these on your beach fountain.
Oh no, I think I had this one memorized. It's like up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right. I think that one is just the one I have in my head.
Up, down, left, right, up, left.
Nope.
Up, right? Nope.
Up, down, left, right.
Oh my god. What? It repeats. So it's like up, down, left, right, and then just one of each. Up, down, left, right.
Yeah.
Up, down, left, right, up, down.
No.
Up, down, left, right.
Up, down, left, right. Up, down.
Up, down, left, right,
up, down,
left,
up,
right.
down, left,
Up,
right,
down,
left, right.
left, right.
Up, down, left, right. There we go.
Oodood, oodler, oodler.
Yes, thank you, of course. Hooray. I have I suspect I have something akin to dyscalculia, where I have a real problem with mental arithmetic because I can hold about 2 digits in my head at once. Anytime I try to, add two-digit numbers. Oh, did I get? I think I got this one. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, great.
Always. Every time you're like, I remember this is
Like,
here.
did I get this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game's
And
like, no, but I'm going to punish you for it.
I think that the up, down, left, right sort of thing taps into that same failing on my part, where I can't keep that sort of thing in my head. Like you say up, down, left, right, all I hear is maybe the last thing that you said. Or if you say another sequence, it's going to just fall out of my brain. So I was surprised when I started doing the geometric shapes and found, hey, I could just input these codes all day. I just follow it with my eyes and it makes total sense. And I know some people can't do that, and some people need it written out or have symbols or something, which is fascinating to me because my brain does not work like that at all.
I'm gonna get his name wrong, but is it Renault? Is that his name? The Fez programmer?
Yeah, Renault Bedard.
Yeah, his method was insane. It was like, I mean, it was clever. Yeah, it was like start at 1, and then it was like clock, or like the arrows then meant like turn left or turn right. So he would have a sequence that was like right, and it meant like start up and then go right, down, left, up. Because you'd be rotating clockwise. Oh, let's go. Nice. Now, was that intentional? Or was it like a happy accident that you left in?
The second one for sure.
Okay.
But you know what? I like the music here too much.
Yeah, it is. All the boss tracks are like, they're all great. I mean, we had this discussion on stream some nights ago. There's really not a lot of tracks, if any, in the soundtrack that are like bad, right? Or like okay. They're all like good or better. So
yeah,
it's hard to talk about them in terms of like quality like that.
What Flux is on is just better than all of them.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's so cheery, but there's not a lot of darkness in that, which like, you know.
I love talking about the soundtrack because I can be unabashedly enthusiastic about how awesome it is because I had basically nothing to do with it. These just are fun to smash. I will say that. Best thing about the game, smashing those 3 barrels. Hold on. Huh. I just came here automatically. I assume that this sort of opens the door in the same way. I assume this is not a check.
Yes, no, it is.
Yeah.
It is the way you open the sealed temple.
Okay.
Okay, is it sealed or sacred temple?
Is it sealed? I don't know. What does it say?
I think it's sealed, but I don't.
That's sealed.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
sealed. Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Sealed forever. Don't even try.
So I had a question in chat, and I've actually never thought about this before. They said, speaking of bugs, is the sword on the tunic key art supposed to be blue or red? Or is this like a dress issue where it's like both depending on like just what your like perspective is? I don't know on the tunic key art.
Key art. Is it supposed to be blue or red?
Like the splash screen? Let me see if I can find this.
Like the Erica, the Aura hack art? Is that
They're talking about I think they're talking about the gem on the sword.
or on oh yeah, okay.
I think it's red, but I think in the art it looks blue.
When we were talking about the key art, one of the things, so Aura Hack is the artist of the sort of like that piece of fox art that we have used absolutely everywhere. 1 second here, just gonna.
I've got it on the screen right now as well, so people are
being
reminded. It looks like the stitching on the handle is red and the gem is blue. That's just my guess, though.
That looks right. Yeah, I'm looking over at it. It's like maybe sort of a tan, sort of. Oh, we got our boy,
Best
our
character.
broody boy.
Misunderstood.
That's right. Bit of a jerk.
Can I ask a weird question about that? And not weird like lore. I mean, sort of. I guess. So in the trailer, there was that ending shot, 2018 trailer, where the crescendo of sound effects and visual effects, and he sprouts these like void wings, and it's like gah, title reveal, right? And that is absolutely not in the game now. My theory is that it's because that kind of, I mean, you can absolutely shoot this down, but I'm just gonna say it. That there's no intro cutscenes. Like, there's no agency taken away from the player at any point. So all the boss battles you come into, except the air, I guess, there's no like intro cutscene. You just have control the whole time. And it would have been exceedingly weird for that to just be happening, like while you were walking around and trying to like take stock of the situation or potentially attacking early. But now just shoot that down.
No, there were a lot of considerations there for sure. The wings were super cool, and I will say that I spent a lot of time. I have lots of like, noodling version 4.2 .psd. Wait, is there anything over here that I can get? I guess this. Wait, is there still something on the other side? Is there something over here? There used to be. Whoop. Fell through the world, broken game. No, there isn't, is there?
If there is, it is not in the randomizer.
Okay. No. There used to be a chest on the other side there, I think.
I would be surprised if there is still something. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if there was still something that...
We definitely, like, in the early days of the rando, we would find chests and be like, oh, yep, nope, that was not included. I think there were a couple in the quarry. There was, like, at least one in the swamp.
Missed one in the swamp, yeah. I don't want to say yet because I want to see if this. Yeah.
Let's see.
You don't want to say what?
I don't want to say what chest it is in the swamp that is infamous for being missed.
Oh, sure. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
There are a couple.
But there is one chest in the swamp that almost like everybody that's played has been like, there's one chest I'm missing in swamp. I don't know which one it is. And I'm like, oh, it's this one. And they're like,
Yep,
oh, it was
every
that one.
time.
I was like,
You could name any area. Like, I'm missing one here, and it's like, oh, that's the page behind the dagger cave. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Or the swamp.
This spot right here was notorious during the QA period because for some reason, like 1 out of every 20 times when you smashed the pots here, there was some sort of like we to use Adam Saltzman's words, we accidentally created a Bitcoin, like some weird confluence of bits happened and you would just fly off to infinity. Like it wasn't a physics problem or something like that. It was just it was never explained. I just ended up rebuilding this corner of the world and it stopped happening. So a mystery forever.
it was amazing. And I wish that it still happened, but I'm glad that it doesn't.
Yes, it was baffling. Hello. Okay, so to answer the librarian question, the wings are really cool. I spent a lot of time messing with them, trying to get them to look good for the trailer, and then I worked on the boss fight later, much later, in fact. And there was always the thought, oh hey, at some point I'll get the wings in here because that'll be cool and it'll be like phase 2 or something. And they just looked super goofy in the actual fight. I think I just unlocked an achievement. Maybe it disappeared, but I don't typically test on Windows, so it's possible that's the first time I've actually gotten that.
Silent's gonna get like a cease and desist letter from Steam. Like, we see you've been using a trainer to unlock achievements.
I don't think Steam cares.
Yeah.
What should I do? Should I go into the sewer now? Maybe. Guess.
Well, let's see. Where have you not gone? So, no quarry, although that would be pretty difficult without the mask. Well, parts of it. I mean, you're not gated from a few checks in the fortress, right? You don't have the lantern yet, but you
Am I gonna be back in the forest now? I am. Dang! I thought I was being super cool.
and this is like the one place you can't warp out of right now. Dang. That's okay.
Oh well. Okay, yeah. So let's go to the swamp. We'll get there lickety split.
Yeah, swamp has a lot of checks. They're scary, but there's a lot that you can get early because of that little juke around the the border. Yeah.
Okay, well then let's do sewer because I feel like sewer is sort of the appropriate thing to do at this time. I'm just gonna.
I would and like just to be nice, we did get a hint very early in the game that what was it? What does the hint say, Silent?
What?
For the mailbox.
Lights the way?
Yeah.
Or are you saying what it said in the sea?
No. It said bottom of the well, but I mean, I'm saying it just says something lights the way. Yeah. Okay.
It just says I think it says like
maybe the well is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a go.
I think in TUNIC it says like they say that the bottom of the well will help you light the way, but like the important parts are in English.
I still don't have a shield though.
That's true.
So this might be a little bit tricky. We'll see.
And you still have to unlock it too. That's right.
Yeah. Do I have anything that'll? Don't want to use a lure. I feel like I'm going to need that a lot later, but we'll see. Maybe do that.
Oh, Barry says it looks like it starts with Legend Seeker. Does that sound familiar?
I think it says. Some of them say Legend says. That.
Oh, Legend says. Right.
Some of them say, some of them say like start with they say, and then some of them say Legend says. Unless I spelled it wrong, maybe I did.
Meat shield.
I have been corrected a few times on those hint messages, so it is possible.
What is it? Is it true ending that we have to like dodge this? Yes, that's exactly how we do it.
Oh, that was an accident, and I was like, oh right, it leads based on your intended velocity.
We just run to the left basically, and oh, that was like vanilla page pickup. Let's go. I mean, it wasn't the same page, but it was a page in a page slot.
Pretty close. I feel like I'm learning so much.
Have I missed any questions, chat? I'm just gonna like jump in here and say, does anybody ask something that I've like run right over? Please let me know, or just like reach out to a mod. They could like poke me. And also, both of my guests, anytime we want to take a break, like let me know, because we usually take one about every hour, and I've just been so transfixed that it's been about an hour 20. So whenever you feel like taking like 5 minutes, I'm more than willing.
Okay, let's see how we do with the sewer, and then oh no, I'm sorry, Slorm.
So I didn't get a chance to talk about this morning, but this was my favorite area of the game.
Really?
And I think it's unfairly, I mean, because the demo was such a, like the Xbox demo, the first Xbox demo was such a pivotal point in me being like, oh, damn, this game is insane. Like I think I thought I was going to approach it with a very like happy-go-lucky feel. Okay.
Hooray.
Do you know what I mean though? Like I guess I thought it would play something like just a little more floaty, quick. Like it wasn't going to be like slow, methodical, plan what you're doing ahead of time, take your time kind of thing. And so that took me a little bit to adjust to. But once I did that, I was like, oh, this is like a Souls kind of experience, right? Like you have to be ready to repeat your steps, like unless you've learned the area through repeated deaths or like repeated pain. And it really like challenged me at first, but then after very carefully working through it, I was like, oh my god, I cannot wait for the rest of this game to come out. So
awesome.
It was like really effective as a demo, I guess, for me.
I feel like it was a bit of a risk to have like a sewer level as our demo, because everybody's like, sewer levels are always the worst, right? And here we are saying, you're a cool little nimble fox, and the second thing we do is take away your nimble dodge. But I'm glad that it landed. I'm glad that it worked out properly.
It doesn't hurt that this is like one of the best songs on the soundtrack too. Like, I mean, I say that about all of them, but like, yeah, I don't know. It strikes that perfect like sublime balance of like, it's not like too emotional, but it's still like, it's just got that thump that kind of comes in and out, and it delays the beat so long. I don't know. I have no musical training. I have no idea how to explain or talk about that. But
yeah, same. So I like you are just able to delight in it. You know what? We're at a checkpoint now. Might be a good time to take a quick little break and maybe come back in a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
That sounds.
Let's do like 5 minutes or so, and then I mean, I'll jump back in chat and talk to y'all before we go back live. Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. 5 minutes. Let's go. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Do the thing. Say the whole thing.
What do I have to say? Rando? What is the whole thing? Okay. Oh.
I'm impressed by streamers who are able to not only stream, but also, have this, effusive sort of thanks for the people coming in. I admire that in streamers, yourself included.
Well, thank you. I don't think I have something I say when you sub, because I'm like lame. No, I don't know. Do I? Now I'm like second guessing it. Okay, well, while I try to remember, do you want to talk a little bit before we get back into the game about what these things are while I move silent out of the way momentarily?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a sprite sheet ripped from the game, violently torn from the files in this poor application that was torn asunder by horrible people, right?
I mean, Silent didn't have anything to do with this one, but I know what you mean.
Yes, no, it's okay. Um, yeah, so what do we have here? We have the torch, which used to be an item that you got. I think that it featured in like an early Vine or something like that. We have a bunch of stuff that we've seen plenty of before. The coins are sort of interesting. There used to be a system where using coins, like coins were shops. You would go up to shops or the wells and use those to buy things, and you would unlock new items by tossing certain items or certain coins into the well. So like the firecracker one it would unlock firecrackers, and the other one there on the right side of the screen is darts. There used to be darts, which were sort of stopgap, sort of very weak, but sort of useful for drawing aggro weapons that you would use before you got a more powerful missile weapon. The sort of crappily drawn fox statue in the... Oh, hi, Jonah.
Oh,
Look
Jonah,
who it is.
he's been here.
He's been here for a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Hi, Jonah. Jonah, one of the people on the QA team for TUNIC, finding all of the horrible transgressions that I had made while building the thing and helping get them set right. So that little crappy drawing of a fox statue was the Homeward Bone equivalent, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The three items to the left of that are various sort of MacGuffins that used to be important items in the game. Like collecting fragments of triangles or pieces of seals or what have you. The three things underneath that were totems that you would use to pray to different gods in order to unlock upgrades for different parts of or different stats. Cog, it's just a piece of a machine that you would find to make a door open or what have you. I think that's everything. Oh, the giant sword. You can't really see it there. It's underneath my my coffee mug.
I don't know if I can. Well, it's a big sword hilt and a piece of a sword.
Yeah, that was there was a boss in the, I think, PAX 2016 demo, sort of a secret boss you could find called the Spectre of All Crypts, and it was meant to demonstrate this is what bosses might be like in this game, and it had a giant sword, and the idea was that once you defeated that boss, you would get sort of a broken version of it that was a very short range, powerful thing, but for whatever reason it never ended up making it into the game. But it was ridiculous because you would just haul out this enormous, sort of like twice as big as you sword hilt and smash it down on the ground.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Silent's gonna go look this stuff up later. So.
Okay. I mean,
but no Triforce piece, huh? No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Triangles have no place in this game.
Exactly.
It's a game about hexagons.
Okay. Now I get to figure out. There it is. Like, how do I get this back on the screen? We're good. We're good. Everything's good now. Okay, so let's see. What's the state of our rando right now? We have a sword. Well, we've gotten 2 swords, I guess. We've progressed the sword to level 2. We have what's this gonna be? Nice. Okay. We have some upgrades. We have a lantern. But no key items yet, right? No orb, no. Okay, we do have a gun. We do have the hourglass. We do have a couple permanent ones, yeah. Oh yes, of course. We have the blue hex as well. So we're a third of the way toward that as well. Anything I'm missing, Silent?
blue hex that somebody left laying on the floor.
Yeah.
Who could have done that?
I was testing the game a while ago, and I was just like, oh, I'll just see if I can get through this area. And it turns out it's real hard if you don't have the shield. So I know it's better to just run past and hope for the best.
Yeah, there's a streamer, Sync Otter, that is in the middle of a casual playthrough, so that's why they're probably not here tonight. I know they mentioned to me that they were like, if only I had time to finish this, before tonight. But they did not find the shield until after Garden Night.
Wow,
So,
tricky.
yeah, but succeeded. So
Don't normally see this area with a lantern, which is kind of cool. Sort of a neat space to take. I guess folks who play the rando might see this all the time, but I don't. Well, that's kind of cool.
Where does this power line? Cause it's powered before the fuse with the lantern or the vanilla lantern, right?
Yeah, I think this was a meant to be a, hey, what's going on? That's weird. What's this all about? I've seen this in some places, and also maybe to help guide you along, because this area is a little bit dark, I think, when you're coming through normally.
Right. We spent some time recently trying to trace out all of the power lines, just to see, because I know like when you're in Lower Zig, there's like a very specific 2 pipes that come out on one side and one on the other, and we were trying to kind of line them up with the overworld, right? And like some of it kind of lined up, some of it didn't. So I'm like, okay, I'll maybe I'm chasing ghosts, right? But
I was really hoping to get those guys in the crossfire.
yeah, basically everything connects to West Furnace, or I mean, I don't know if there's an East Furnace. I guess East Furnace could be the one leading into the fortress. But yeah, they both, I think those are kind of the 2 above ground contexts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, when I say right, I don't mean like, please confirm this for me. Sorry. But yeah, I think that's where we ended up silent. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that like we just kind of assumed it was coming, because you can see the pipe coming up into the furnace, like it's outside. It's pretty clear, and I don't know where else it would be coming from in the east. So yeah, this rando is now the canon game. So sorry.
No.
Oh, silent.
Absolutely unlocking achievements. So this, I guess I never actually played through the Steam release of the game. I was always doing like in-editor builds. That's embarrassing.
Whoops. Back ban incoming.
I missed one. I'm realizing that all of these chests that I'm like, oh, that's just $5. I don't need to go there, are ones that I like. The one right through here I need to get. I need this guy right there, because who knows, that might have win the game item.
Yeah, I can't. I do know where like one important one is. So if it gets bad, or if you get tired, I can help. But I think that there's only so many places you go. So it was 20. It wasn't 5.
Okay.
It's just open chest simulator.
King Zamson has a question.
Oh, let's go.
What's up?
Samson also helped test the rando many times, many updates. So shout outs to Samson. Also a really, really good any percent time. Like way better than mine now. Was there ever a moment during making the game that you felt like you were onto something, as the game was going to be really good or big? Or was it more nervousness and stress?
Up until the very end, I thought that I had made a tremendous mistake. The QA team was saying it is a very good game. And I was like, well, of course you would say that. You're just trying to be nice. I'm on fire.
That's what you said to the QA team, and they said, yeah. Please go back to your office and finish this game. You're not on fire.
Yeah, because it's also not super productive to tell someone like, everything's going to be wonderful forever. I guarantee it, because that's not responsible either. So, they communicated honestly with me. But you know what it's like when you're making something. It's impossible to see what could possibly be good about it.
It's very hard to have people around you that you don't think are friendly enough that will want to look at something you've made, but that will be honest. Does that make sense? Did I just say that? I don't think I said that right, but you know what I mean. Like, how do you have people that'll give you honest feedback that you have around to reach out to, but that aren't your friend to the point that they wouldn't be honest with you? Yeah.
I think the answer is that they are wonderful people who were honest and helpful, and it's your one's own, or my own in this case, anxiety that prevented me from being able to understand that. There's this guy. there's no monsters in here. Good. Hooray!
Nice. Is that the first slot? Unlock? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, Silent can back me up on this. I was yesterday years old when I realized that Aura's gem actually puts a gem on your shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought it was always there. Like, I never noticed that it wasn't.
Put my gem on my shield, if I had one.
Well, I mean, the key art has like a shield with a gem on it, so I'm like, oh, it must always be there. I just never thought about it.
I'm proud of this room because I feel like the getting this angle to actually work. It's not perfect, but the idea that's like, oh yeah, I can see the room that's there on the other side, and it like all lines up and everything was.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that.
Yeah, it's the room through there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I don't think we've talked about that before, but Aura's gem, which I don't have because I don't have the shield yet, is named after Aura Hack because she was the one. So when we made let's just end this. When we made the spec for the art, it was, hey, this is meant to evoke those old manuals where things were sometimes a little bit weird. Speaking to that thing about the coloring on the sword before, like we said, hey, just feel free to invent some stuff if that makes sense. And she came back with, hey, I added this cool gem on the shield, mostly for compositional reasons, I think, to balance it out and make it look, a little bit nicer. And that never made it onto the main design of the shield, but for this trinket, I feel like that was sort of perfect, right?
It is literally Aura's gem.
Yeah, it's Aura's gem.
Amazing.
Nice.
I will never look at this room the same again. After learning this to submit to FWA or fastest first at FWA, and like I actually did submit this to GDQ, although I'm not holding my breath. This is like patterned out trivial, sort of. Not trivial, I guess, but it's very consistent to traverse without the lantern now, if you know the tricks. So
that was very consistent after spending 50 hours.
Yeah. No. What I'm saying is when we play the rando now, it doesn't feel like an area that's gated, if that makes sense. And so it's interesting to think of it as like, no, this is unlocked to you now because you have the
right.
Amazing.
That was sort of the hope with this area. Like, hey, this needs to be absolutely obnoxious and difficult, and needs to scream, "Come back later!" if you don't have the lantern. And once you have it, it's like fun and a little bit spooky, but definitely doable. But we knew, someone out there is gonna make it happen by just memorizing the route.
Listen, I went through an evolution. The first marathon, I was too scared to even get the orange peril ring.
Oh yeah, I should get that shit.
That is not my intent to remind, but yes, that is good. I didn't even want to learn that, and now that's like table stakes. And now it's like, oh well, now you have to learn this category where you not only obtain this item, but you have to do the whole thing. Okay, well those are useless keys basically in the rando. Yeah, unfortunately.
Hangman saying Hourglass underrated item. I agree, mostly because it's cool, and especially the shotgun has just this awesome sound effect when it's slowed down.
I had never heard that sound effect like slowed down, probably because, and I'm sorry, I had never really used the Hourglass that much, but it sounded pretty cool.
Well, for a speedrunning game,
ooh,
slowing everything down. Yeah, okay, sure, I'll take that. Oh right, I've got another slot.
So for that having not been mentioned anywhere, how did you anticipate people would figure out what it did?
In Bloodborne, there's an item called the Old Hunter's Bone that sort of does not the same thing, but it like makes you sort of I think it sort of makes you semi-transparent, but it basically helps with your iframes a little bit. I think, at least. I'm not like a Bloodborne scholar or anything like that, so I'm not super sharp. But also the dust. Oh wait, my dust demonstration ended up hurting me. The dust still shows when you have iframes. So
got it.
Maybe people would notice that a little bit.
Is there more dust when you have that equipped?
I don't know if there's more, but there's it appears longer. Like it's always when you have iframes, and so it's gonna.
Right. The manual's very clear about that, actually. I always thought it was like kind of intuitive, so I didn't pay much attention to it, but that's very true.
I feel like it was also a late game thing. Like maybe Jonah can back me up here, but it was sort of like, hey, really sorry about this QA team. I added a new trinket. It's here. It does this. Do I still have? I do.
That is so disgusting. What? I didn't think that the coin aggroed enemies.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
That's why you flip it. I thought it was just like a baller move, like I, mean, I got this coin. Because who did the shield only run? And they like every time they were just waiting on the boss to do something that could be reflected, they would just flip the coin. Like they were just waiting. That's good. That's unfortunately not a. Oh, Zenny? Is that how you say that? Speak of the shield only runner. One of the coolest YouTube videos about this game I've ever seen. And every time I get the shield in the rando now, I make a point to like kill the siege engine with it. So obscene amounts of damage.
I thought there was someone in here. Is there not someone in here?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
There's just lasers.
Just lasers. Well, you know what we do to lasers?
Shoot them.
We miss is apparently what happens.
Will this be a VOD? I imagine so. I didn't have any plans to do anything different with it. But yeah. In fact, I hope to edit this together with the material we recorded this morning. Well, at some point. I don't know if it'll be in like the same section. But yes, this will be preserved. For sure. So let's transcribe and analyze every word.
Oh, please.
We'll provide frequency analysis of the words used, and I mean, you started it. Like this, the speedrunner code is literally based around this concept. Also, I'm obviously kidding. Okay, so what if we so we've unlocked West Garden now. Still no mask though, which is frustrating.
I'm just turning this into a normal run now. I've got enough stuff that I can solve a lot of problems. I can solve most problems with the shotgun answer.
Oh, that's a powerful one.
Yeah, for speedrunners maybe, but I'm too much of a scaredy cat, I think.
What's your attack at right now?
I've got one more that I can use.
Well, I'm not encouraging you to use it, but the Garden Knight is basically trivial if you have 3 attack and that ring equipped. Like, because you just take poise. Like, if you just spam attack, the poise just drops. Like, it did never. Yeah, so. Although I have still died several times trying to do that, so. it's not trivial.
I think this is how we do it.
I mean, the manual says you should be 3 attack, 3 defense for Garden Knight, so.
Try to be this strong.
Yep.
Can you can still get up there, okay.
Did you just roll onto the bush? Okay, I didn't know that.
So. I think there's just a spot here. I mean, maybe. I don't think there's nav mesh on top of these, so I think it's just that spot here is just enough that you could drop down.
I see. Okay.
I think you can just like walk off of that whole stretch right there.
What does DATH stand for? Silent.
Oh, see, this is dumb. Because I added that to the randomizer like 2 months ago, and people were like, "It says DATH," and I assume it was meant to say dash.
Correct.
I was like, I don't know what it stands for. It's just it just stands for that. And then like a couple weeks ago, I was just like sitting there and I was trying to think of like an acronym, and I was like, well, it teleports you, and I was like, it does a teleport home. So it's the do a teleport
Dude,
home.
I didn't know that. That's amazing. Do a teleport home.
And the only reason that it's that instead of the homeward bone, not that I don't appreciate the icon for the homeward bone that was left in. It was like the only other icon that I was like, this could be some weird magical stone that just like teleports you, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no model, right? So
Yeah.
it's like you didn't have a ton of choices there.
What should I do? Should I
I
go for
I
more
always
attack?
go attack, yeah. It
Okay,
trivializes so
yeah.
much. But like I know trivialization of this is not the goal always, so. You beat the Guard Knight with base stats. Oh. That would have been fun. I mean, honestly, that boss, I feel like, has, what, only 3 patterns? So, like, learning to dodge them is actually not terribly difficult. And if you were patient, you know, you could accomplish it.
Friend. Oh, sunglasses.
Oh, of course. Yes, we have to see
Yeah,
our
oh, 'cause-
friend.
'cause-
Yeah.
Terry.
Wait, what?
What?
He's not wearing them.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I wasn't wearing. Mysterious.
Oh, that is weird.
Hmm.
Silent, what did you do?
I mean, I don't know. It's possible. Something broke.
See, the way you say that, I'm just curious. I was like, what did Silent do
I
now?
I did nothing to
Okay.
Terry, so I have no idea.
You leave Terry alone.
It's an imposter. Fake Terry. Okay. Huh, that's interesting, yeah.
That's okay. Terry didn't bring their sunglasses today, and that's all right. We still love Terry.
I'm still waiting for Silence. Like, there has to be something that where he's just done something that I'm gonna find, and I mean, maybe not.
Red, you know pretty much everything that I've.
Pretty much, pretty much.
I mean, yeah, you. I think you know everything
Okay.
because you were the one keeping me organized through this
That's
whole.
true. I did make Silent start a Trello to organize the
Always.
upgrades.
I had like
Project
a
manager.
notepad document that I was just like typing like idea, because when I found out like the model thing, I was like, this opens like everything. So I was just like thinking of things and writing them in this like notepad, and I was like, Rad, I'm suffering. And he made a Trello. I was like, okay, this is infinitely better.
Always a producer at heart.
Yeah, I still like. There's so many titles like that I'm like. I feel like maybe there are jobs I could do that I just don't know that are what I do. Right? Like, I didn't know what a product owner was. I was like, I don't own anything, so I guess I can't. Oh, that's right. I try to sell everybody on Trello. Use it while you have it. It's going to get co-opted by something. I was just reading today Spotify is going to become like a scrolling feed app of like video now, and like I'm like, okay.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Gross.
yeah, they want to their discovery engine has to be more appealing or something. So
That's a nightmare.
What about just music? Is
yeah.
that the whole-
Well, they can't make a lot more money that way, so anyway.
Yeah.
So
Oops. Wrong button. Wrong button. Terry's, please.
you're just like flaunting.
Jerry Berry.
Ooh, wow. That was close. That man, the yeah. You have to count the chumpig noms you take out. Did you like my Pokemon impression in that VOD, by the way? I'm pretty proud of that. It's is it meant to be like a French word or something? Merle can point. Oh, let's go.
Oh, we got. Okay,
Yeah, that's
important.
actually a pretty important pickup. Yeah.
Okay. Why? Why? Is it just because it's really obnoxious to do the whole quarry without it?
Yeah, there's so many checks. So like you can definitely get through Quarry without it, but you want to spend time there, right? So it's so dangerous and there's no save nearby. most of the time you get into Quarry without the orb, right? So you can't, like, there's no save. So
okay.
it's just very dangerous.
I don't think I've heard anybody ever say I want to spend time in Quarry, but I mean, you do you, Red.
Dude, Quarry was my second favorite area for sure. Like, to the point that I didn't stream it because I walked in and I like kind of forgot I was just trying to pick up some upgrades off stream, and then like I beat the whole area and I was like, oh, wow. I was just so enraptured by it that like it to me, I mean, I think it's obviously going to be a different experience for everyone, but that area was like just hit that perfect sweet spot of like I have to go as slow as possible, nursing my health. And then it just made it, I just barely kind of made it through, right? And then I got into Zig and I'm like, no, I have to stop. What am I doing? I'm already like halfway through this area. So
that's awesome. I'm glad that it had that sort of like Soulsy, because that's the thing that I like about Souls games is that moment of I'm stressed out. Do I turn back? Do I press on? If I turn back, I need to do all of that again. Like that's I'm down to no health left.
Can I show you something that's definitely I can't imagine is intended, but we utilize all the time? Why don't you go back in that little cubby and just hold A.
Oh.
just a little life hack there. Just save you some time.
How useful. Of course that works, and surely we thought of that. Jonah, back me up. We did we know this? I have a terrible memory, Jabberwocky, so it's entirely possible that I was like, yes, this is genius, and then immediately forgot. But it's also possible that it was just one of those happy accidents, you know?
Wow, you have some fantastic glasses right now.
Yeah, this is dope.
So what's behind this structure? Because it's a page, right? So you should be able to see what it is. Maybe we can just skip this pickup.
Oh yeah, watching your stream and just
don't remind me.
Screaming to you from a year ago. Just hold down the thing so you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is Barry.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really think about how many berry pickups there are until you play the rando, and you're like, okay, wow.
Look at that. Suddenly, this is a very different game, right? We just find that last hexagon, and what happens? I mean, you tell me. Can we just go right to nighttime? Does that change things a lot?
We try to avoid nighttime. Like if you are in nighttime, you've done something wrong in the rando.
Okay. I mean, not really. Yeah,
like you can get soft locked if you go to nighttime, right? Like,
yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, nighttime doesn't really exist in the rando. Like, it does, but like you're encouraged to just like go back to daytime because you have the option once you fight the air. It's mostly just because of how open like the logic is intended to be, where it's like you can get the laurels really early and then you can go everywhere. And it's like if you go to nighttime, the laurels might be out of reach. So it's like it would be kind of boring if the laurels were always like somewhere at nighttime, because then it would just be like it's fun getting the laurels in the first like 5 minutes, and then you're just like free to do anything in any order.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, I could do a thing here.
I'm gonna peep at my Discord settings. I can't change anything to be like different res, right? No, it just picks the res for me. Okay, cool. Oh no, how do I get out of this? Okay, all right.
Oh no.
Nice.
Good.
13 bombs. I think you got this.
Yeah, the time switch in the rendo is locked until you get to nighttime for the first time, so.
I should probably hit that checkpoint, huh?
I mean, I believe in you, but yes, you probably should. Oh, the other one. Right. They are both actually, like, pretty much the same distance away.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like, if you just run past the enemies from the second one, it's kind of the same run.
Run past that? How dare you?
I mean...
How dare you?
What? I said if.
I made
not when.
This video game. Whoops.
Wow, that does some massive damage. Okay. Oh, you've got inverted ash. Okay. I was like, what is happening? That's a risky play in a boss fight. I like that.
Guess I can. Do I have? I've got this somewhere. Oh, don't kill me.
It is a point of contention, I think, for a lot of players that you cannot pause when you bring up your menu. How did you settle on that? Well,
I thought I was being so. Oh no, I did kill him. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it counts. It saves.
Nice.
Yeah, that's this is a damage boost, something intended strat. I think that was just always from the start that it sort of like slid in from the side and had that sort of frenetic. I'm spending time in this fight to sort of swap stuff out. And I think it got crystallized a little bit when we realized that loadouts were sort of a thing in this game where, you know, I've got my sword and which 2 items do I want to bring into the game? And it was even tighter when potion was an item you had to equip and wasn't bound to the bumper. Like it consumed a slot on the face button. And so, yeah, as that was coming together, it was like, no, it really does need to stay this way, at least for the core game. It's possible, who knows, that maybe that would be a good accessibility option or something. But deciding, hey, I'm going to come into a fight with this as my items. And oh, it's Mr. Mayor. Hello.
Can you please talk about that a little bit? Because I was unaware. I mean, I've known for a while, but it took me a while to figure out what that was from and that you were related to it, etc.
Mr. Mayor is a friend from a game that I made with a few other people, my partner included, who did the writing on it. And it's a weird little fortune-telling game. It's called, help me out here. It's hold on, I'm going to have to concentrate. Mr. Mayor tells your fortune, recounts a story, and offers you snacks or something like that. And it's a story where exactly that happens. It's sort of a proc-gen narrative sort of thing with a bunch of goofy writing, and I think
mustache, like a bouncing mustache.
Yes, a bunch of absurd stuff. It's very silly. Barely. It is an interactive experience, and interactive in the sense that you get to press, I would like to see the next page, please. Okay, where do we go now? I guess we hit this door, right?
That there are a few checks in here, yeah. You mentioned you wanted to go somewhere next, and I don't remember what it was before we went into the well.
Oh, swamp maybe?
Okay. Ooh, okay. Well, speaking of swamp.
Path of the Hero, swamp, Path of the Hero. I don't know what Path of the Hero means yet. This is enticing and wonderful.
Jonah asked if it was done during Train Jam.
It was, yes. It was a Train Jam game. I forget which year.
I've never put that together, but that's fantastic.
Actually, weirdly enough, I could put some of these down, can't I? Not this one, though. You know who else worked on that game? So, first of all, someone named Josie Breckner. She made the sound effects, but the music was by someone named Eric Billingsley. Long before he was working on TUNIC, we were hanging out, and we said, hey, we're going to make this game. It's got a goofy little character in it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're just looking for someone who can make like a Wii Shop sounding bossa nova beat sort of backing track. And Eric, the incredible multi-talented person that he is, was like, oh, I could do that. I am also a musician. And so he made some music for it.
And Eric worked on Cuphead, lead dev for Cuphead. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think he was. There were a few people who had that role at that company over the years, I think, but he was there at ship. which is very cool. I feel very privileged to be able to work with such amazing people doing such cool things as that.
Also, another vanilla page. Well, you know what I mean. Page for page.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, just an everyday. I feel like this is one of the densest pages, though. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, I guess Cuphead had kind of a similar journey, right? Like announced early, came out like much farther late, or not late, but like later than I think people thought maybe it would. Like baked a little bit longer than anticipated. Also a Microsoft kind of like shepherded thing. Yeah, I'd never really put those together, but
we're all one big video game family. I'm entirely just on autopilot now, just doing a normal playthrough. So yeah, I would normally go to the fortress now, but maybe let's check out the swamp.
Yeah, you definitely have a few options. So you know Path of the Hero has mentioned swamp. You've got the mask, so you can safely explore Quarry, and yeah, of course you have access to the beneath the earth and
use the key.
Yes, and very important. We're lucky that I think the spawn point, if you walk out the door when it's still locked, you're outside of it, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The
Dark
old
Tomb as well.
Like kick you back in.
Oh, really?
If the door is closed, yeah. You like pop outside for like this half second and then just go back in.
Got a question if you are familiar with any other randomizers. I think you've told me, but
yeah, I had forgotten actually that I did. So I am familiar in that I've seen people do them, but I haven't gotten super far into them. I did mess around with the Dark Souls one a little bit. I had forgotten to mention that.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It was real bonkers because it's just like randomize every enemy, and so you start the game where it's like, oh, there's like a dozen hollows here, and it's just a bell gargoyle and one of those horrible D&D monsters from the place that's constantly on fire. Excuse me? Excuse me?
Okay, before we miss this is the chest everyone misses in Swamp.
Chest that everybody always misses.
I thought that maybe it was.
Yes. This is
okay. I'm excited. Yeah, okay, awesome, great. Not gonna lie, I have definitely done exactly this to test out, like, hey, what would it be like if you got an upgraded sword? I know, I'll just scale up the existing sword. And it was very silly, but this looks much cooler. Way to go.
You're gonna have to share some details, Silent, about like how you got this to work.
Good question. I don't really remember how this happened. I think it was just like,
I know I mentioned it at some point. I don't know if you had the idea already, but then you were like, oh, that's not going to work. And then I got a screenshot like 5 minutes later, and you were like, dude, this
I think you were
rules.
like, what if we did this? And I was like, oh, that wouldn't work. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, oh, it worked.
But you like extended the hitbox and everything, right? Like, but it's also like downsized or something. Like,
it was kind of tricky. Well, yeah. So at first I just like put the model over like the original sword, but like the hitbox didn't line up, so I had to like play around with that sort of like the collider. I can't talk.
I am continually impressed. Is there not a way to? There it is.
not a hint on the map either, I don't think, right? This is just like player experimentation reward.
Yeah. I since super early on, like I think even in maybe the quote unquote dev world area, or maybe some other prototype, there was a graveyard with a fence around it, and the critical path was. Are these bigger? Did you?
No. Silent would never let me do that.
Okay.
I complain about these goals too much.
Dude, I cannot. I have found every way to get these clipped through the ground, stuck in like a pile of bones. Like, yeah.
Yeah, they super suck. I'm sorry, but the fact that I watched that video of you playing it, and I just like it was so cathartic to know that you not only did it, but like you were like, this has got to be a thing, isn't it?
Just the color. Like I think it was when I saw the one sitting on the tombstone, I was like, because I knew it had to do with them, but I was like, what do you do with them? And then when you knock that one off, I'm like, okay, there's nothing else that could have happened there, right? So it must be this pool of water. Yeah. What we have found is that it's easier to move them if you are locked. Like, for you seem to have like a bigger hitbox or something like that.
I think it's just
maybe-
being able to move in like one direction, like constantly. But I'm not sure. Shay, I did not add more skulls. I'm sorry.
Oh, when you get close to that pool, you're you've got some problems coming up. And he's gone.
It's gone. It's just evaporated.
There was one time early in the rando where I shotgunned a Rudling, and he just clipped through the floor, and it was very funny.
I remember that, and I still have the sort of like, oh no, we've got to fix it. Wait, no, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, it was excellent. If it happens, it's like a bonus. Yeah. He comes back.
That big, that guy there. I think that animation of it, like throwing the hammer down, was modeled after the Kirk hammer from Bloodborne. Like I spent a lot of time looking at that animation to sort of understand how the sort of like hefting of the weight moves around. Did I lose one? No, it's over here.
Yeah, you talked about that a lot when you were on Trihex's stream, I think.
Oh yeah.
Like he was playing the demo, and that the skeleton almost featured a bigger role in the demo, right? Like that was the guardian of the coin or something like that. Or one of the coins. I think that's what it was. I think it was a coin.
Yeah, I think it was like an enemy that I had been working on recently and had like an appropriate level of looks decent, and so I was like, yeah, totally, this would be an awesome thing to throw in there. And it was way too hard, and I didn't realize it, and this was very foolish of me. But if you add a challenge to a game, people are gonna just hurl themselves against it over and over and not realize, the devs put in this silly hard thing off in the corner. What a fun joke. No, that will become their, their mission in life. Is to take care of this thing.
I think you tweeted, it had to have been when the demo came out, like, please do not fight the skeleton. And so I fought the skeleton.
I'm trying to, what is the range of this thing? It's so big. It's so big.
It's kind of ambiguous too, right? Like we it isn't like exactly 2x or anything. It's just sort of like, this feels right. Something like that.
It's very impressive. I have no idea what Unity decompiling looks like. So this is just magic for me.
Yeah, it's pretty mysterious to me too. I'm like a reviewer slash, I don't know. I wear the product owner hat. Like, I'm definitely not the product owner of this, but you know what I mean. I'm just like, so you have these capabilities. Okay, what can we do? But that's about the extent of what I can do. Yeah, the thing I try not to think about too much about the demo is that I was playing it on an Xbox One S. So I think I was barely maintaining 30 FPS. It was not great. But whenever I fired this thing up on like the Series S, the day one, I was like, oh, thank God. It was my mistake. Sorry.
We probably did some work doing a little optimization.
Yes,
in
that's fair.
time.
I think I actually did try it out too, because we were trying to figure out when we had that little FPS thing, like what FPSs do we want to support? And it's like, we technically don't support 30. Oh, that was worth it.
Absolutely. One
time I did that and was complaining the entire time, and then it was just the skulls. I was like, oh, okay. Great. Yeah, but the Switch does run at 30, and I think that we haven't had any runners submit a Switch run. I'm committed to running my best gun. Okay. How majestic.
Ooh. Wow.
Okay.
The chest is just like a flashbang, I guess, when it's out in like daytime.
Yeah.
So, like, what a great location for it too.
Yeah, I kind of don't know what to do. I know that there's this area is very carefully designed with this in mind to sort of route you in a particular way. So I feel like I'm going to break everything horribly. Isn't there there's something here, isn't there? Yeah.
No excuses now. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, wow. Okay. Now I did not see that coming. So what are we, of the big items, what are we missing? Orb, dagger. Is that it? Is that all I'm...
Maybe? I think so.
Get this little coin up here.
If you can make it to the hero's grave here, it should have some inscription, but I don't know. It's not. I don't know. I'm very bad at navigating this area. Ask the hundo runners. Silent.
I've never run this game before.
Okay.
I don't have a shield. I forgot.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant.
After you have started down the path of brokenness, I guess.
Okay.
You have a level 3 sword and 5 attacks, so you're getting there. Yeah, it's still no shield though. Yes, we have learned how to play without the shield because I have shield or right trigger bound to Y+B. So, unfortunately, unless I edit my Steam config, like I can't. I have to use keyboard for shield, and that's.
I can't even do this. Can't open the shortcut. Who made this? And I can't get in there either. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, can I backtrack? Not sure.
I usually go in. Yeah, like from the fuse in Overworld, basically. Just backtracking,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, because I guess I need to turn on the fuse anyway. And I can't. Can I? Yeah, I can get this guy. See you later.
Very thankful, by the way, that you can run through this area with Muffling Bell and not aggro anyone. I feel like the All Relics run would not be possible, or I don't know. It would be much more difficult without the ability to do that.
This little coin is here to draw your eye in this direction once you come over with the dash. Just weird. Like there's only a couple of places where we do that. So it seems like a little bit of a mean trick. Oh, do I need to go all the way around?
I would check under there's like I think one chest that you can only get from this angle, right? Like under the hero's grave. Is that right, Silent?
Okay.
It's like you have to.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to get it right
there,
here.
And there's one here. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Money.
It's so tempting because you see it, but it's like tempting to come back another way, kind of thing. Yeah.
And I guess I could get this one now too, maybe. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. This really opens everything up in a wild way.
Yeah. It definitely. I mean, I think that's why nobody's really that competitive, right? With rando runs, because the difference between starting with Laurels and finding it, 2 hours in, is 2 hours.
Brad just doesn't want anybody to beat him because he has the fastest time.
I literally don't care about that at all. Not even a little bit. I mean, what Samson did, we were racing and he got within 2 minutes of that time, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
I mean, it's literally all RNG because everything is just in places that it's not supposed to be.
Yeah, I think my fastest time in the rando was and it was an old version too, so it's not even comparable, but it was 42 minutes or something. It's just ridiculous. It was a run that was going okay, and then I think I went into West Garden and I got the last key and then 2 major items within 30 seconds or something. It was okay, well, the run's over immediately. Oh, we do have a question from Dave. Have you ever played Hyper Light Drifter?
I have. I admire a lot of things about that game, not least of which is how cool the dash is.
Dave's like trying to figure out how to ask it without asking it. Yeah. I haven't played it yet. Dave's been trying to get me to play it. He put it into the our little community challenge, but it didn't win. So I told him I'd play it someday.
Nothing up here, right? Or no? Is there? There are no chests down there? I don't think so.
You can get to the grave that way?
Yeah, this is like the only way, really.
Oh, okay.
Unless you, well, I mean, you can ice grapple, like, well, no, I guess you can ice grapple down, but not.
You can get into Gauntlet as well.
Can I? How does it work?
You have to go onto the pillars from here, and then around the gate, and then, yeah. You have to follow your coin backwards.
Yeah. Who would do such a thing? Okay, there we go. Yeah, all right, let's get a prize.
No, Loki, I didn't disable it. Oh! Wow, what luck. Okay. So those are randomized. The hints are on the hero's grave of like, what is it, Simon? It's like quarry. Nice.
Monastery, swamp, and library have hints for where the keys are, but they're like random each time. So like the red one won't always be in swamp.
Oh, that's what those are. Okay, got it. Okay, so we got some maybe not super critical items, but good to know.
Thankfully, yes. The one that was good, you happened to go to. So yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
So wait, this was not the HP relic, right? So it was like this was the stamina relic that now turned into an HP relic. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
But we already have the stamina relic. We do, which is good because Laurels sort of demand that you have it, really.
Yeah, I guess if you've upgraded it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No, there's nothing this way. A lot of this area got reworked a lot, and I'm never really sure. Like, oh, did this area get blocked off? And oh yeah, I missed one down there. Look at that. Dang.
Dude, the number of times I've played Swamp and missed like 2 chests, and I'm like, sometimes you just give up, and you're like, okay, well, hopefully that didn't have anything important.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Yeah. There's like a couple that you just hope, you just pray there's nothing in, like Gauntlet. Like, you're never going to go there unless you get a hint that's like, this is in the Gauntlet.
All right, so I can feel my brain slowly disintegrating because it's quite late, but I want to know where should go next.
Well, Corey, the hint on the hero's grave said the red key was in Corey somewhere.
Okay, so we should head there.
Yes,
okay.
And also you just got a magic up.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You can also hit the fairy code just north of here on that pond.
Oh, yeah, okay. Nice.
I'm not sure you will even need the orb.
Orbless run. Okay. Hold on, let me clear the way a little bit, and I'll reference my little cheat sheet here. This one's called Fountain, right?
I think so, yeah. I was like, wait, did I even name it? I don't know. Oh, and there's your 10th fairy.
Yay.
But we know that's a coin, I think, right?
I think it was a coin, yeah.
Okay. So long. Well, I guess I could just go this way, right? Or...
Oh, there's two chests there. You got your fairy there and the one around the corner.
Yeah.
At this point, though, it's like the checks are not... What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't... Unless you're going to get...
Yeah.
Yeah, the orb is like... That is like one of the hardest gates. Even with all speedrun tech. Like, you cannot... Unless there's something we don't know, you cannot open Ziggurat without the orb.
Okay.
I mean, you can like clip through the wall if like there's things you can do, but they're not fast. So
what's the best way to deal with this guy with what I have, though?
Just zoop on by.
Oh yeah. Whoop.
Someone in chat asked if the well that you toss coins into can give you the hexagons.
Yes.
Anything can be the keys, and so those are like the only critical items. They're just anywhere. So.
Yeah, this is pretty close to being jumpable with dash, but like I think the elevation is just slightly different enough that you can't make it over there.
Yeah. Oh well.
But we know the red key is not in Ziggurat, so that's good. We don't know what's in there. We pretty much never go to Ziggurat in the rando. You just kind of hope, because there's not a lot of checks there. And I think that's one of the things we kind of talk about is this game, while being very much choose your own adventure, does kind of culminate with the expectation that you've done almost everything, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So for us to have a rando that then ends at the air when like you might not have the attack relic, it's like, yeah, that doesn't work. So
Yeah, the attack relic is pretty necessary.
yeah. And there's a few things, like if you have like the speedrunner sets of like the wand and the dagger and like a decent sword or enough magic,
You're a
you know.
dirty cheater. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. So we've tried to think through like, what are some like nudges that we can make that kind of like account for the fact that there's like literally no critical path to the end. So one way to account for that is the hex quest mode or whatever that like added, where there is the only success state is finding 20 of these 30 checks. And there is no like ultimate fight at the end or something, right? So
Yeah, it just adds.
I mean, I think this is an obvious yes, but I'll just confirm, like, that's intended to be accidentally discovered, right? Is that sort of the cipher for the flowers?
I guess so. There was a little bit of hinting during the demo that was sort of like the language for it. But yeah, I think it's a happy accident. I mean, not that it wasn't designed, but it is intended to be a happy accident for it to be revealed for you.
Yeah, so
that was another one of those late editions. I feel like I needed to sheepishly tell the the QA team, I'm really sorry about this, but I added some more secrets.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a peek at the spoiler log just for a moment, just to make sure I'm equipped with information should we need it. I have so many keyboards on my desk right now. Okay. Chat. We've been at it for a while. If you have any burning questions that are not lore related or merch related or contract related, let us know. Let's see.
Lovely.
Giant head.
Okay.
It's so hard to get on ladders when your head's so big.
Does it, like, I feel like I can't, I don't know. It feels like the big head has an impact on how you move. But, like, I know it doesn't. But it just...
I mean, it might. I don't know. It's just scaling, like, the head up by, like, 3 times.
It's so silly. I love it.
I mean, maybe it's just making the game leggier because it does it, like, every frame, but who knows?
I think it is probably just an illusion because it's so big. It just is makes it seem like you're crawling along. Okay, you only aggro when I get here. Okay, and do you have a prize in here? No, do you? I thought you did. Maybe you don't.
I have questions. Okay, let's see. King Samson has one and hasn't said it yet. Jonas, the artist that did your PNG tuber, said, "What apps, programs, etc. did you use to make Tunic?"
Unity is the core engine. I used Blender and Photoshop, and I think that's sort of the main thing. I used a plugin for Unity called Pro Builder, which is really useful for making sort of like fast geometry for gray boxing, but for a game like this where everything is, you know, barely textured basic geometry, it sort of ended up working out for final geo. Oh, this is real bad. My hubris. Oh, I can just be over here.
Yeah, you have some
Alright.
options.
Calm down. Everybody go back to sleep. Yeah, I'm gonna do this just in case. Actually, maybe I'll do this first.
King Samson asked, what is the one thing the rando, or what is one of the things in the rando that stuck out the most or surprised you the most?
The things that have been done that don't seem like they should be, like going in and changing the text file that describes where all, like what the chests contain. That makes a lot of sense to me. Sure, okay, great. But the fact that assets have been swapped out and like there's UI, like custom bespoke UI, that's all incredible. Also the sword, like that's just super dope. This magic new sword, because I mean it's a little bit cheesy, but yeah, it's like I'm playing the game for the first time. It's doing the thing that I wanted it to do for people, which is be surprising at every turn, right? So I feel very lucky to be able to experience this, and I thank you for it.
I'm gonna suggest that you move down into the excavation area.
Okay, because there's more stuff down there, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, and if you accidentally save up there, you could be trapped here for a while. But yeah, also watch your health. I didn't know that lure chest was there until I watched somebody run. I think all relics probably. I think that's probably where I was introduced to that. Nice, excellent.
That's a good one.
I think that's all of them, right?
The lures?
The slots, I think.
Oh, the slots. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 4 added. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if moving slowly reduces your aggro radius. I feel like it should.
I feel like the head should alert.
Yeah. No, I have this route through here memorized. So if you hug the bottom corner here and then don't walk into the purple. And then obviously not anywhere near him. So like straight down here and then, yep, there you go.
Perfect. Look at that. And there's a not gun over there that hopefully is not what I'm looking for.
It unfortunately is what you're looking for.
Oh no, really? Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Spoilers.
Yeah, you only have 5 lures. I actually don't know which one it is. I'll be honest.
Okay.
It says near. Whatever. Oh well. Okay.
There we go.
It is literally
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. You even that's a new material, or that's you?
It's just the same one that's on the hex model.
That's so cool.
Just, applied to the chest, so it's yeah, it's good enough.
I should not be opening chests because it might be one of those traps, and all of this will be for naught.
I don't think they're allowed to kill you. I guess the fire one could.
The fire one is the only one that can kill
Yeah.
you, which is unfortunate, but
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everybody continue what you're doing. Don't pay attention to
also
me.
if it's a fairy or a gold trophy, then those are safe because the fools just replace money. So
Oh wait, I
guess,
totally went the wrong way.
yeah, normal chests could still be a risk. But
Okay, that was smart that you chose to take some of the $1 or $5 or something and make them something more interesting.
I think there are 75 checks that are just money, so any of the ones that are below certain amounts is get swapped out for,
Nice.
for being those. I think there's 3 settings for turning up the threshold of money that gets turned into a fool. So I think at the max you can have 50 out of 75 of them turn into fools, which is 1/6 of everything in the game.
What is it called?
That's
Full
nobody-
sanity or something? There's
It's
something.
called, onslaught.
Onslaught. That's right.
Yeah. Nobody plays with it as they should not play it. It's just there though if you're,
So how does this work? Do I use the homeward bone now?
You certainly can.
you
Okay.
can.
Or should I look
Where
for
did
more
you
stuff
save
here?
last?
Oh, good question. I don't know.
I would
Maybe
use it. I would use it. Risk it.
You would. Okay.
What does that say, Silent?
Wake from this dream or something? I didn't put that there. That's just what it.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to do a favor. I'm gonna ask a favor. Head directly east. Sorry, I mean, okay, maybe not the best directions to give in an isometric game. Go into the Forest Fortress.
Okay. Yeah.
Zoop across the drawbridge and head over to the like candle fairy puzzle.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. I guess I don't need these
I
anymore.
have no
do
idea
I?
what he's
Just-
leading me towards.
I mean, it's like Go mode, so we have to,
Yeah,
make sure we
I mean,
finish.
I
Yeah.
guess if you're trying to. Sure.
Can I zoom? Can I
You do it from the left side of like the entire area.
Oh,
So,
right, of
like,
course,
past
You
yeah.
can also dash from like the right side of the drawbridge, but you can also just go
Right.
through that like
Oop.
rock. That works too, I guess.
Some of these. Why not?
One of the two. What is it? Mint? It's not mint, is it?
Ivy.
Ivy. That's right.
Ivy.
Oh, some more questions. If you could randomize one existing thing in Tunic and only one, what would you randomize?
Ooh, that's a good one. Like just no holds barred, infinite resources.
Right.
Um,
But Silent's also listening, so be careful.
no, I would say something that is just ridiculous, like just the genre gets randomized or something. That's something utterly impossible. That's
It's a
good question.
turn-based strategy now. Yeah.
I feel like
five.
doors, like door randomization, is a real mind bender.
So like any loading zone just becomes another.
Yeah, like the graph of connection becomes totally up for grabs. I don't
I
remember.
see.
Oh, are you looking at the cheat?
No, it's on the screen.
Oh, ha! Hello.
Do you want us to teach you the boob zoop? Okay, I didn't know that was there either. Now you have a shield. That's
Yay.
actually excellent because you're going into the air fight soon. So go ahead and head down to the very corner of the room and get on that rubble.
Down here.
Oh.
Yeah. And what I want you to do is flick up and dash at the same time. There you go. That's a boob zoop.
What?
I don't know why it works, but it's tech.
You can also dash like just straight up to the top from like. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Um.
Amazing.
If you're on like the lower floor, like below, kind of like if you go out of this room and go like left, I think if you're like right below there, you can just like dash from the floor straight
Like
up to the
under
top.
here.
Oh.
That's so
Yeah.
weird. I have
Yeah,
no
kind of
idea.
like right where you're standing. You can just like dash through the ceiling somehow. I don't really know what's down there, but you just kind of can.
There's a little rubble down there. That makes sense. Yeah.
This is one of those areas so I have like weird anxiety about a few areas in the game. One of them is a part in the quarry, and one of them is this room where my computer would just grind to a halt for some reason in certain areas, and I don't know what it was. It was something to do with a Pro Builder piece of geometry with a weird triangle, and it anytime I go into the room, I'm just like, it's gonna happen any second now. And it would shut my entire computer down. Like I've got an external GPU here, and I don't know if that complicated things, but I would just I'll see if I can find a screenshot or something, or not a screenshot. It was like a photograph like of my phone taking a picture of the screen, because it was just the entire computer went into like corrupt GPU garbage territory because of geometry in that one room. Anyway, so I'm traumatized. Okay, so should I warp out again?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah, it's not worth you even to get to Siege or any of the bosses. You'd have to do a lot more work. So I think, you've got the keys. So no bosses needed. We considered locking the keys behind the bosses, but I was like, that could take a hot minute. Sometimes it happens anyway. Sometimes you get really lucky. Like I've had the librarian have the green key Or not the green key, the blue key, something like that. Like, sometimes they just kind of swap, and you're like, ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I rebuilt the cutscene engine in the game to do these because it was going to be such a pain to do it otherwise.
And then we asked you to skip them.
Yeah.
Look, I would not have wanted to skip them if, like, someone hadn't found a, like, 1-frame trick to skip them. And I'm like, no. But it's okay. That's preserved with the air. There's still one cutscene skip with the air, so.
It was a big concern to think, like, what are people going to do once they do this and realize, like, oh, what do I do next, game? Tell me what I'm supposed to do. But it doesn't come up super often. Like, I don't hear too much about people saying, like, oh, I played, whatever, half a dozen hours and then stopped because I didn't know what to do next.
Just refusing that anklet.
Who needs it? All right. So, do you have some advice? I forget. Did the air is not fooled by the lure, is it?
It is, but it can still be dangerous. I personally think with you don't have the attack relic. Okay.
Okay.
Ooh. All
Should
right.
I give it a go anyway?
I mean, if you're a parry master,
I'm not.
well, you've got a sword. Wow, Silent. Is it still literally like if you don't have the attack relic, you're just kind of okay? Give it a shot.
I guess if he's got the option on, it might be tolerable, but for easier, more air damage.
Oh, that's right. That's true. It might be. I'm gonna look up where the attack relic is just in case.
Okay, let's see what I've got. I've got this might help. This will not. Maybe that would theoretically. Probably not. Yeah, we might be in for a rough time here.
Where are you? There you are. Good luck. How much money we got? I don't know.
Like 1,300, but I don't know if he doesn't have any upgrades for attack. But we would need the relic anyway.
Let's go. Yeah, that not only reflects the projectiles, but okay, absolutely rigged. It does so much damage and stuns her.
Come on, I'm getting greedy. Aren't you supposed to be dead? Aren't you supposed to be dead?
Wow.
I totally got like, oh, it's just a couple more hits.
I think I believe in you. I mean, you will enter night mode now, but like, just getting back to the air is,
Pretty straightforward, yeah.
Now, go ahead and get to the teleporter before the cutscene ends. I'm just kidding.
Oh, can I do that? Oh, I can't.
Oh, yes. I have it routed. It's kind of weird. Oh, you did it. How? Okay.
I have no idea what to do next. Oh, no, I'm just stuck there. Hello.
Yeah, I have like a series of inputs that you can do on digital, like WASD, while like at specific moments when that cutscene is coming in, because of course the camera's moving, so it's kind of hard to like. There's no true digital movement, if that makes sense.
Right, because the camera is constantly changing what that reference frame is.
But for whatever reason, I figured out like a series of inputs that like, if you nice, thank you for remembering this. Okay, let's go. I don't know why I thought this was Sinister. I feel like I'd read that somewhere, but
Sinister?
Yeah, I think I'd read, maybe it was like a Reddit thing and people were just speculating, but they were like, it's kind of messed up that these two foxes have like given up. Like they're just like depressed or something, like they're just in the miasma, like whatever.
Just
like
hanging out.
Yeah.
Enjoying the ethereal radiation or whatever it is. Okay, so this one says something like, I don't know what they're talking about. And this one says, do you want to go for it?
Is it okay? I'm gonna look it up. I don't want to get it wrong, but it's like there's a mouse in my house, What should I do about it? I think is something like that. There's a mouse in my house. What should I do about it? Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, so it's not that exactly. It's not.
Oh, well,
that
then this
there's-
translation's wrong. Okay.
Well, no, it's not that there's a mouse in my house and I don't know what to do about it. It's that there's a mouse in my house and I don't know what to do about it. These are the Canadians in the game. So this game was made in Canada, and I'm from the East Coast, where phonemes are used slightly differently. And when an American says, Canadians say "a boot" all the time. That's one extra step. It's an exaggeration of the "ow" sound becoming an "o" sound. And so there were a number of times, like I caught most of them, but there are a few places in the manual where when we were spell checking, Kevin in particular would say, your East Coast Canadian is showing, or your Canadian is showing. So we fixed a lot of them, but there were a few that needed to remain. And well, actually, maybe we fixed all of them. Maybe there's one, maybe on the cathedral page. I can't remember. But anyway, this was sort of an homage to that. So these are leaving it as is. There's a mouse in my house, and I don't know what to do about it. There you go.
So I do want you to I draw a line between this is essentially paying homage to you, the mouse.
Well, I didn't know that I was a mouse at the time. This is
exactly like you didn't influence that, and I didn't even. Yeah.
For those of you just joining us, as part of a stream a while ago, I said, "Hey, invent a Sona for me, Rad, because I don't have one," and that seemed like it would be fun. And you just pulled out a really cool design, which is it Jonah in the chat?
Jonas, yes.
Jonas,
yes.
Sorry, Jonas is responsible for making this this wonderful PNG tuber.
Yeah, Jonas also I don't remember exactly how we came in contact. I think it was probably through this stream. They often stream with this group called the Roo Crew, which is like another set of, I think, how do I describe this generically? Like furry artists and sort of their community play a lot of games, and Jonas is also obviously an artist, so participates in that. And then we kind of hooked up to play speedrun, or I think it was actually originally just going to be commentary on a silly game, and then yeah. So you this is an interesting medium. Twitch is a pretty wild place sometimes. You meet people you never imagined you'd meet, or I knew of Jonas before streaming, right? But there was really no context we would meet each other or hang out or whatever. So this is pretty cool. Very happy that he's one of the people I've had the privilege of meeting through this. As are you, of course. I mean, through a number of degrees. It's streaming to speedrunning to TUNIC to yeah, I cannot believe how good you are at parrying that. That's 4 in a row.
I don't think I have parried once in this entire game.
Dude, every boss has projectiles, and they're all parryable, and they all do absolute ridiculous amounts of damage. Siege Engine, I think you can kill with 3 parries. It's something just insane.
3?
Yeah, because parry has this weird timing thing where if you get hit again while the parry window's open, it reopens. Something like that. So there's so many projectiles with the Siege Engine that it just keeps reflecting them, right? You get a ton of bounce.
Laser. Can you parry the big laser?
No, you can't. No, just the bullets. Just the bullets.
Oh, so it just constantly parries them.
Yes. Oh, what attack was that gonna be, Dicey? What attack was that gonna be?
Let me just go into the code real quick.
Okay.
I think something's broken. Seems a little unfair, if you ask me.
I mean, okay, it was at least the first hit and not the third one.
Harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, where did I?
Oh, weird.
What happened?
I don't know.
Huh.
You took too long to pick it up, and it was I'm leaving.
You didn't take Anklet? Did it just disappear?
It's just gone. I don't know.
I don't think
Okay.
I don't think I have it here. No.
No. There's always been some weird thing with like going to nighttime and like the pages like appearing or disappearing.
Huh.
Like I think it has to do with I don't really know why that happens, to be honest.
You were
Okay.
fixing something related to, right? Like that
I
was
thought
something that
I
happened with
fixed it,
Tippy.
like a while ago, because like those pages are tied to like those pages being there are tied to like if you have the page or not. But since the pages are randomized, like you can't have the pages if you haven't picked up that item yet. So it's like
So it sees you have
What?
the page, probably,
Well,
and then just takes the check off the board.
well, it shouldn't. Oh, you know why? Actually,
Oops.
well, if it didn't happen before, I don't know why it would happen now. There are some like spots where it like flips the page values. Like in here, I think when you come here, it flips like the randomized pages you have to say like, oh, you have all the real pages, just so you can get like the true random.
Right.
Like you may not have picked up all of like the page pickups, but you have like the randomized pages. So if you want to get the trending, you have to come in here, and the game has to know like, okay, you have the pages.
Right.
So maybe I guess when you die out of here, it doesn't reset them, but it should.
Okay, let's go. Also, welcome in Chase and community. We're reaching the end of our randomizer playthrough with the developer of Tunic, Andrew Shouldice, who's also a mouse over there on the other
Hello.
side of the screen. That is the move I parried. That is like my parry move. I never considered parrying any other move because they were just, that one's so readable. But I did finish the first air fight with a gun, so I appreciate that. Yeah, physical copies up for pre-order on Fangamer. Okay, I can tell you where the attack relic is if you would like to
Oh, yeah, sure.
trivialize this.
I'm getting a little bit sleepy, so let me
Okay.
know where it is.
It is press 1 on your keyboard first.
Oh, what? But I pressed it.
Silent. How does this work?
It should just work if you just press 1
Like
Okay.
on the
Right.
or not the numpad,
on
but
the,
on
like,
the.
row. Like
Oh,
There
so
you
now it's
go.
daytime.
Okay, now
I did focus.
it's the northeast corner of the ruined atoll.
Northeast. Oh, so I skipped past it. It's the one that you sort of need to take the lower route to get into.
I think, no, it's actually in atoll, like in the northeast, like where the fuse is. I think it's on the brick path. It says
on the
chest on brick
one you have
walkway.
to, like go around to
Yeah.
get to, I think.
Okay, so let's see if we can grab that.
It might be on.
Wait, can I not? There we go.
I
Is
don't
that
know.
the one like above or below?
Or but like by the hook. Is it the one? You know what I mean?
think
Where
it
you're
might be
coming
the
out
one
of Frog's
Can I-
domain. You can.
You can't actually
go,
dash
yeah.
onto
Oh,
there
I
yet.
can. Look at that. Yeah.
So it could be
Yeah,
this
it must
one.
be-
Yeah. This.
What else would it be? Oh,
Perfect.
Yay.
Okay.
okay.
Yes. All right. Well, there you go.
This is one of the. I wish that this chest was maybe like here. I don't actually know if it's a problem, but we tried to keep all of the attack and defense upgrades on the critical path. There are plenty of upgrades that exist in. I probably can't get. Oh, I can. Look at that. Haha. There are plenty of upgrades that. Well, let's just do. Well, you know what? Let's make this our home base, huh?
That is a speedrun tech. We try to save as close to a pad as possible in a lot of runs so that you can just death warp and then, immediately traverse.
Oh, I don't have any things that I need to spend, like upgrades that I can. I guess I have
That
a potion.
7 attack, I think.
Think we'll be okay.
Yeah, with as well as you were doing before, you're gonna do like 8 times
You're
damage
just gonna
now.
die in, like 3 hits now.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
You could probably. Yeah.
Come on, give it to me.
I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just like transfixed. Everything's blue in here.
Yeah.
The swords are the same. The characters are the same. Texture, shader. Cheap blow.
That's right. Play dirty. If it's gonna pull out that attack that can hit me 3 times where it throws the sword, I'm allowed to do that. Yeah. Oops.
Can't parry that one, huh?
There are some weird things you can parry for sure. The scavenger's kick, that's a good one.
You can parry that.
Yeah.
Too early or too late.
Also, I have no room to talk because even if you could parry that, I would not be able to parry it because I'm not good at parrying.
It is definitely like a skill time. Like the enemies do flash before they attack, and I thought that was like a tell for parry, and it is not. You have to parry way before that, unless you have Aura's Gem. Well, I don't know how it changes for that specific tell, but I remember figuring out parrying very early, and I was like, oh, this is really hard. Like, I'm just not gonna do this unless I need to.
It's very fiddly and looking at it all in retrospect.
There you go.
Time, I guess. Look at that. A breezy 2 hour 36 minutes.
Honestly, the first attempt at the rando, we've seen what, 5-6 hours. Yeah.
I'll take it. I 100% did not think that I would even come close to finishing. I imagined, bumbling around and this being a huge embarrassment. But maybe it was anyway. But I also had a lot of fun. So thank you so much.
Okay, I guess I don't know how to end this. Spoilers, by the way. But no, thank you everybody for coming out. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you got your questions answered. We also did, I guess I'll say this for the people who came in later. Andrew was not only gracious enough to be here tonight for the last almost 3 hours to play this random. I say that like I don't know how long, and the time is literally on the screen, but like whatever. But also in addition to that, sat with me for 5 hours this morning to do a separate interview that was much more traditional. Double webcam, like something you'd see on like a press outlet or something. So between the formal deep dive and tonight's rando, it's super, super gracious with your time. And hopefully I'll be able to turn these into something that can sit around and hopefully sate the curiosity of fans like me that didn't get a chance to see it the first time. So 1 year. I mean, not quite. You're both, you and Kevin are giving GDC talks soon. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I'm giving a talk, I think, called "This Was Here the Whole Time," and Kevin is giving a much better titled talk. I think it's called the TUNIC Audio Talk. Tells it exactly like it is.
Dangerous question. Does GDC generally put those behind paywalls or something, or do they become public? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I think GDC has a tendency to have that as a sort of a premium thing as part of their vault. I think I could be wrong about that. If Hangman is still in the chat, I feel like, yeah, there we go. Hangman, if you're around, do you know what the deal is with GDC talks? Yeah, let's go to Tokyo.
They randomly paywall stuff. Cool. Okay, well, in the spirit of rando, we'll find out if these talks are paywalled or not. But I know TUNIC is up for a bunch of, oh gosh, am I going to say this right? IGF awards?
It's up for some IGF awards,
yes.
Yeah, and maybe a GDCA, I don't remember, and some BAFTAs, which is pretty wild. It's hard to process, really.
Oh, there's Stugan. You see, that phenomenon where you learn something is real and then you see it everywhere. Boom. I've never seen that in the credits unless you just added it. Just tell me it's been there the whole time.
It has been there the whole time.
Okay. If you want to know more about what Stugan is, check out my interview with Dicey later this next week, maybe. Hopefully I'll have time to edit it by then. I did get all the files, by the way. They've been downloaded. They're all good.
Hey, look who it is.
Hey, it's both of us. Silent and Red. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry if I missed you there. We tacked on, and the rest of the speedrunning community. It's always so dangerous when writing thanks. You're like, I don't want to miss anybody. But to the whole community, it's been really wonderful. Probably one of the most sort of touching things community-wise that I've had the privilege of being able to do is engage with the folks who I guess love the game more than anyone, and that's really special. And thank you so much for that.
Well, thank you for the game. Thank you for making it special for us. Not only from producing the game, but like just being super cool about us being super into it.
Maybe a little too into it, but
yeah, a little bit sometimes. This screen also, right? Like I don't know if we want to talk about it a ton, but like that came from a collaboration that you offered us, right? Like you could have just said, yeah, I don't have time for that, sorry. But that kind of came out of some previous conversations we had last year as well. And works fantastically. I use it every time I verify a 100% run. So
awesome. Yeah, it just goes to show what a little bit of communication and community can do. So yeah, this is a good example of how you in particular reached out and said like, hey, let's talk about how to make this game even better, and now it is, and we have you to thank for that. So it's really wonderful. And also Silent, special thanks. This is phenomenal. Like I said a couple of times, this has allowed me to play the game in a way that I never thought that I'd really be able to, which is to be delighted and surprised by things in it. And that was the intention all along, to make something that would allow people to feel this way. But pretty soon during development, it became obvious, you can't do that when you're making a game. You can't feel the wonder. And so for a long time, I just felt, there aren't any secrets in this game. But you've shown me that there's plenty to enjoy in tunic.app.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the Mac version, Silent.
Good game. So.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry, tunk.exe.
Yes. All right, Silent. I'll give you some time. What's up? What do you have to say?
I don't know.
You have the stage. A mic has been thrust into your hand.
Well, now I'm nervous. I mean, yeah, I like Tunic. I like randomizers, so it was a lot of fun to work on this and kind of, I don't know, give back to the community, I guess, in a way. Because I've met a lot of cool people and had a lot of fun speedrunning it and stuff, so.
There is a chance this will be run at... what is the name of the...
10?
I don't know. You know more than I do.
I think it's no get 10. No glitches allowed.
Yeah.
10? Maybe 11?
It was submitted. The rando specifically.
Yeah.
And we may be... You may recognize our voices if you watch that run. I don't know. I'm speculating about a lot of outcomes that may not happen, but keep your eyes open. Yes. And I know that both...
Yeah, New Game Plus doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
You can launch it, but it's just not.
That's okay. New Game Plus is a weird beast in this game for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It probably wouldn't be that hard. I think it's just setting some the pages don't show up again. It's whatever.
Yeah, the checks are all wrong, and I think it doesn't re-roll them too, right? So it's the same. Yeah, it's the same randomization as the first time, so it doesn't really. Yeah, but no, seriously, big props on the sword progression. That worked out way better than I think either of us thought it would. But the big victory in this version is definitely the visible items. That really adds a level of polish, and it honestly does change how you play, especially for some of the harder checks. You can just look and go no, or ooh, so.
Yeah, the sort of spirit realm hero's grave situation is huge. Just be able to go in and take a peek, see what's there.
Or you had to go and pick them all up because you had no idea. And that it was true for everything. You had no idea, so it was kind of just oh, I'm opening everything like again and again and again, and it's like, and you can still do that. Like you can turn it off, but
Yep, always options.
you can open, but who am I to tell it?
Now I
just
understand.
appreciate
Oh,
that, like
I see.
their
Yeah.
colors and like the lures and effigies like change even if you change, because like you're not supposed to ever be able to do that. It's like all dynamic.
Yeah, they're all pulling from the same texture,
That makes sense.
which I think is pretty neat, and I'm happy that it worked out. And even happier that it managed. You were able to take that and have it also work with all these sort of cool new features. Look at that.
Yeah, I will take credit for the 5 button. I mean, not that I did any work, but when I was working on that music video kind of thing, I was like, Silent, I really need a button to just change.
Well, that was. I don't think that was in. I think I just put that in because you were like, I need this.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. It was just like, hey, we have this surface of a rando DLL. Can you just like add this so I can just do this real quick? And no, the community's been really, I mean, like I don't have a dev pipeline to do any of this stuff. So I would like to be able to eventually to be able to help, but oh, I have never put the sunglasses on with the mask.
It looks a little weird.
It looks pretty aggressive, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay, well, this was hugely fun. Thank you both so much. Incredible job. I'm astounded that this is even possible, let alone so well executed.
Well, thank you for being here. It's been a day. It's been a very long day, but I can only imagine how you must feel right now. And I appreciate it more than I can probably express. So I'll say goodbye. Not for the last time, I'm sure, but I'm going to hit the BRB button so everybody can take a breath. And thank you for being here, both of you. And I will see you around.
All right. See you, everybody.
Yeah.